welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, aka Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game. Give it up for the world champ himself, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, a multi-champion, a legend and icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price, aka Iggs. And of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, how we doing? How we feeling? Duarte, we'll start with you since you weren't here yesterday. Chris, how was the rave? Chris, how was the rave?
Yeah, I had plans, so I went to see an artist called Griffin. He's pretty big. You probably heard some songs even if you don't know him. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Was pretty much out from like 6 to 1 a.m. and then I streamed for like 4 hours. So I was fucking exhausted, but I woke up, I watched matches, and yeah, I mean, we had some good ones. Finally, a lot more game vibes. We got to see quite a few games that were really entertaining. So yeah, excited to talk about them. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday, though. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, we got some bangers today. We'll definitely be going through all the matches. We'll also take a look at fantasy and take a look at next week's matches as well. But Pat, what the fuck do you got over there? What is that, Pat?
I didn't realize what happened to Ian's dub, but now I know.
Wait, what? Wait, what does it say next to me? What does it say right there? What is that?
Because I don't know, and you got a nub on your nose.
Nah, that's insane. That's insane. Now, what's wrong with this guy, Pat? How you doing, bro? You doing good?
Doing good, man. I'm eating right now, but I'm doing good.
That's good, Pat.
Lot of Game 5 grulers today, though.
Yeah, a lot of grulers. We'll definitely be going over it. Can't wait to get into it. But what about you, Sam? Looking good as always. Mustache looks great. I mean, Sam,
Thanks,
how are
Tim.
you?
Appreciate you, man. I'm doing great as always, Tom.
Of course. It's good, Sam. It's good to hear. And what about you, Benji? I know you guys are watching golf today. You guys are going crazy watching golf.
Masters was cinema.
I mean, I got Sam hooked, bro.
Masters was cinema today, dude. I'm on my Benjay art today.
I can't describe the level of roller coaster it was watching Rory today, Tom.
Yeah, Rory literally choked, and then he still won. Shit's crazy, bro.
He choked, and then he won, and then he choked again, and then he won, and then he choked again, and then tonight he won. So.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts. I never really got into like golf and shit, but it was cool watching like the ending of the Masters today. And then the Warriors game. The Warriors game was pretty crazy today too. And they fell short in that one. But hey, what are you going to do? But we're going to get into it here, guys. We got 3 matches to go over today. Then we'll take a look at next week's matches and the fantasy, and we'll call it, bro. And we'll end the weekend there. But let's hop into it. We're not going to waste any time. Let's shoot into the first series of the day. We got the Minnesota ROKKR going up against Cloud9. This one goes all the way to a map number 5. It starts things off on the Skyline Hardpoint where Minnesota get the dub 250 to 228. Then Minnesota with another W in a rewind S&D, and they take that one 6 to 4. But then the reverse sweep comes in from Cloud9. They 3-0 them in a protocol control. 250 to 246 in the red card hard point. So we had a grueler there in the map 4, and then a 6-4 and the Hacienda search there to end it. So a gritty series here between Cloud9 and the Minnesota ROKKR. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet. Nearly a red carpet here for the Minnesota ROKKR. You have Estrio with a 1.03, over 100 kills in the series. Gio with a 0.85, Kenny with a 0.99, and Nero with a 0.89. Most damage in the lobby by far, though, from Nero on his team, not on the other team, but on his team. Nero pulling some weight in the damage department. And then on the other side, Dylan Attach, a 1.01, Kremp, a 1.11, Mac, a 0.91, and Sib with a 1.26 today. Dante back on his bullshit. We'll scroll down and take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Sib with a 1.15 in hardpoint, a 1.57 in search, and a 1.46 in control. We'll work our way down. We'll start with you, Pat. What'd you think of the series, Pat? Minnesota ROKKR going up against Cloud9. What are your thoughts, Pat?
That was muted.
Oh, my bad. I forgot you were eating real quick. We should probably start with somebody else if you want. It's up to you.
That's good. No, I mean, a great bounce back series for Cloud9. They've been getting pooped on. Obviously, Sib had a big one. I'm curious, and I'm wondering. Obviously, we won't know now, but like, I feel like this series is going to be pretty important in the long run. Because these guys are both fighting for like an 8th spot. I don't know what their head-to-head is now, but all these teams that are on that cusp of getting top 8, like these head-to-heads are going to matter, I feel like. So I think this is a big win for Cloud9. The big takeaway I had, even though ROKKR lost, is like Kenny has continued to play well. Which I mean we've talked about, we assumed would happen, but like it's good to see like he really wasn't fucking as big of a shit stain as he looked like on that Optic team. So yeah, that was my big takeaway, is like he's continuously played well. But overall, it's a good series. I still think Cloud9 is a roster change away from really making a run, but talked about that endlessly yesterday. I don't think they're gonna. That friendship circle is tight.
I mean, it's not even that Kenny's playing well. He just also looks more comfortable. Like when they're on his POV, like he actually looks like he knows what the fuck is going on. Where when he was with Optic and he would go to his POV, like he almost looked kind of like sporadic. Like he didn't know what to look at or what to do. So good to see Kenny doing what he does best and slaying out and getting back to that form that we all know he can hit. But what about you, Duarte? What'd you think of the series today?
I mean, this is a Minnesota ROKKR series if I've ever seen one. These guys, it doesn't matter who the fuck's on their team. Like, they just go game 5 no matter what. And they either manage to choke it or they manage to win it. Unfortunately for them, the last couple of their matches, they've choked them all. So it's tough to see because I feel like this team is probably around the best version that they're going to get this year. They just need to find some consistency because I feel like every series is just somebody else that is like playing really well, and then everyone else is kind of like playing average, and then it just flip flops between which player is going to fry and which player is going to be average on their team. But ultimately, I mean, it was still a fun series. On the C9 side, I mean, Kremp and Sip were just too much to handle for the most part for the ROKKR. Those guys have been easily the best players on that C9 team. Sib consistently just been frying outside of that first series that they played I think this weekend. I forgot when they played, but they got shit on, and I can't remember what series it was. Was it against Thieves or was it Optic? No, it was Optic, right?
Optic. I think it was Optic.
Yeah,
I know all these matches are a blur, Chris. We've seen so much.
Yeah,
COD.
there's so many of them.
It's a blur, bro.
I'm gonna stand by my statement, bro. Like when it comes down to this league, when it's all these like 5 through 8 teams, they all can beat each other on any given day, bro. Like we watch so many of these matches, and it's just so hard to predict the winner a lot of the time. And sometimes it's coming down to like vetoes and stuff like that, and we just aren't gonna actually see until we see these vetoes. But fun series. Tragic for ROKKR. They need these wins. But it's good to see C9 back and bounce back from their losses because we've been a little high on this team with Kremp and Sib playing well, and we expect these guys to be that dark horse team. So
yeah, my predictions are in the fucking gutter, to be honest. After this weekend, I mean, I just couldn't predict a fucking thing, and I know I'm not the only one on this panel whose predictions are absolutely chalked right now. But what about you, Benjay? What'd you think of the series?
I think it's a respectable, awesome comeback at a C9. I thought they were pretty dead off the rip, but Dante came to play. We were very critical of him the last couple of matches, and he definitely showed up today to fry. And everybody really had their moments. Even Mac, I know the slang wasn't there, but he made some solid plays.
Yeah.
I think for ROKKR, I'm just a little concerned now that they just keep getting in these gritty series. It's been with this team and other versions of their team, and they keep losing those close series, and they add up over time. And where the math is adding to is at the moment they are very much outside looking in the champs race, and I gotta lay it as it is. They gotta figure out a way to win the remaining matches to split and get a decent placing in this event, or they're gonna have to hope and pray that at least 2 of like Cloud9, Miami, Boston, Optic is completely shit the bed in the next like 4 to 6 weeks.
If they continue down this path and don't qualify for champs, like it's you can go and look at their like map win record, their map loss record. It would be kind of insane to like not see them qualify for champs because like they're gonna have an insane like map loss record if they continue down this shit and don't qualify. And they're, I don't know, they go map 5 every fucking time, bro.
Yeah,
Can they close a damn series?
Yeah, I actually thought maybe the red card, maybe they could have closed. I mean, we'll definitely take a look at some of these maps. But Sam, what did you think of the series?
I mean, you guys kind of summed it up pretty well. ROKKR just having an ability to close before going game 5. These were much needed points for both teams, but I mean, I think both of them still are on the outside looking in. I think, 130 in 8th right now is the cutoff, and I think C9 just hit 105, I believe. Especially with their schedule going forward, I'm still pretty pessimistic about their champs odds, just off of strength of schedule alone. So,
you think C9?
Yeah, C9. Their schedule going forward is pretty tough.
Their schedules isn't their schedule, dude. They've had like a ridiculously hard schedule this whole time. Is it not going to get easier?
And they're the 10th team in the league. They play like Toronto, LAT, FaZe next split. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule.
But yeah, C9. I'm strictly beyond that reason. I'm still pretty doubtful for champs for them.
Was there easy schedule like when they were sucking? Because what the fuck? Like these guys literally play
the early stages.
Guys, part of the problem with the unbalanced schedule is that you can get a very unlucky draw that you play teams at the beginning of the year when they're good, and then you play a different set of teams. They suck in the beginning of the year, but you play them in the back end of the year when they're good.
Yeah, but Sam just named like 3 top 4 teams the whole year.
Let me look it up real quick. They have a pretty rough schedule.
Everybody got a split
Major
where
5.
they play 3 of the top 4 teams, but again, because they got balanced schedule,
they're getting it back-to-back stages.
I hear you. Part of the problem is that because you're not playing a single round robin in every stage, you can just get screwed by the schedule, screwed by teams making changes.
Yeah, they play Ultra FaZe
honeymoon.
LAT next stage.
It just is what it is, man.
Yeah, they play Ultra FaZe
Sucks.
LAT, Miami, and Falcons. Is their next stage?
I haven't ever looked. Is the format though you play all the teams an equal amount still?
Except for 2 teams that you play 3 times. They try to even it out so that you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't get screwed by 2 teams you played 3.
Yeah. But as for the actual series, it was a weird one, bro.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
I don't know, bro. This ROKKR team, they just can't close advantages. I think that map 4, even map 3, both of them are going to haunt them for a little while. They just can't close, and it's been the same team or the same thing that you guys have said throughout their whole fucking history as an organization.
If you're curious about the schedule distribution, Tom, I made this chart at the beginning of the season. This is how it splits out by team.
Let me take a look here. What is this, a Google Doc?
Yeah, so you just see it's a table. It just shows you everybody, and you play 2 teams 3 times. You can see that the league at times tried to do the best to distribute it, but for example, Cloud9 plays FaZe and Thieves 3 times this year. You got to click to 24-25 tab. Sorry, at the bottom.
So yeah, some teams are going to play against, let's say, FaZe and Thieves 3 times, and some teams will only play them twice. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. This is why I don't like how they do the schedule.
That's
man.
so fucked.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think both of their champs odds are relatively low. I mean, they have a 20-30 point cushion to 8th, barring some losing from those guys. But with Miami's uptrend, Boston's consistency, I mean, Optic is a real conversation at this point in the season, but I don't see honestly either one of these teams making champs.
Optic's got the Gentlemates 3 times. They gave him the freebie, dog.
FaZe got the Falcons.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think at this point in the season, we probably know our teams that aren't going. If I had to guess.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the standings at the end of the show, but let's hop into the map 1. Let's take a look at the listen in here from Cloud9. Let's see how the boys sounded today. Let's tune in.
Grill. Only one time. I want to see him one time. Heard you. I'm waiting for you guys. Like, TV's dead one time. Out of time there. Could be you. Kill Nero. Could be middle. Outer again. I'm pushing for you. Get through. I got team outer. We're looking Nero. I'm waiting you. Could be first one on us. I'm banging on the mid. I'm going top zone, okay? I'm going top zone. I'm banging on the mid. Back dead. Nice. I heard you. In you. Really hurts. Don't touch you. Don't necessarily. On new. One shot you. One P1 there. P1 near weak. One point top zone. Get top mid. Spawn low. Both you guys should react. Yeah, I'm going top middle. Stone on you. Close middle already. I'll check my top. Wait. I'm aiming my top. Top. Deep. I'll see top. On the couch. One shot there on the couch. One shot in the back. Yeah, we got to go top of the Shown. Back couches. Back couches. They spawn out. Nice. Give my time. I'm going top. I refront, but spawn bar, right? Yes, spawn bar. First you hit in the back there. Bar dead. Nice. You know, he's Jim. I'm running up close enough. P1 dead. You win HP. Turn on mid. I can do that. Cross the town. We can start shit. Hallway. On your stone. Yeah, stone's up. I'm living. What you? Top flat. What was you and me? I'm playing to the left. I'm right to left. It's Kenny flat. Yeah, I'm running drop. What's behind me? They look for me left. Hurt you. I'm hitting two back left and right. Yeah, window shot. Cancel top. Yeah, top. Go upstairs. One shot. Absolute T. Bar me dead. Nice. He's not picking up time. He's not picking up time. I'm Kenny. Dead. Piano pillar is dead. And piano heading. I'm coming to look over you. Sit down. You go shot. Piano pillar going stairs. Heard you. Top key. Low you. That's true. Outside the closet. You dead? Nice. I am.
All right, it's gonna do it for the listening with Cloud9. What you guys think? Dude, this guy Crimp is nasty, bro. He's gross. But what you guys think of the listening? They brought a lot of energy today.
That's as good of a skyline listening as you're gonna probably get, because that map is fucking hectic as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kremp was doing everything he could, bro. He was popping pieces, calling. I mean, he was in.
Bro, watching the kills he's getting with the Jackal, the pros are gonna be so upset when they play this new patch, because I just
Well, they're bringing
haven't
back
seen-
Reinforced too.
Yeah, and
Potentially.
challengers.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what they've been trying.
They're gonna have
I
to.
suggested it to them because they were playing with the pro rules, and I'm like, hey guys, why aren't you guys getting ahead of this? Because the meta right now is pretty bad, but it's going to get worse with this new patch. Like,
Yeah.
those kills Kremp's getting, if you run the same attachments you did this split, you're not getting those kills.
Yeah, then we get into the ending of this game, which was just a mixed fest here towards the end. Minnesota was able to get in through the front. And you can see Cloud9. I mean, Minnesota, they could win it here. So Cloud9, they try and get aggro through the middle of the map. And you can see Dylan attach. He's coming from the front. So C9, they're kind of just running at him right here. They can't give Minnesota all this time. And it was Cloud9 who got to this hard point originally, but they kept it tight. They end up getting in here, and they end up getting the flip here. So there was a second here where all of us thought that Cloud9 might have had a chance here and was going to clutch this one up. But then you can see the streak comes in from Esdrew, and you can see how Minnesota is able to break into this hard point. I definitely think calling a streak was a good play here. It just forces everybody inside. Dylan attach, actually, did he shoot the cruise? I think he shot the cruise, but
Ezreal didn't insta boost it. I don't know why.
yeah, Dylan ends up shooting the cruise, but it doesn't really matter anyway because the cruise comes in, it distracts everybody, and then Minnesota is able to get the break here towards the end. So just fantastic plays coming in from Minnesota to work a break on that streak and close it out against Cloud9. Any final thoughts there on the map one, or anything that you want to talk about towards the end there? I thought Minnesota with the streak, it was the break was pretty comfortable there. There wasn't really much Cloud9 can do there, but
That was a great map one from Ezreal. I didn't even realize how hard he was trying until the end of the game. I think he went like 40 and 20 or something.
Yeah, it's good to see from Ezreal. I feel like Ezreal, has he been kind of like slowing down a little bit, or has he still been kicking up?
The first couple matches back with Kenny, he wasn't playing too good. It was mainly Gio and Nero that stepped up, but this was his match step up. That's what I was saying. Like, it's just one player every single one of their series that steps up in prize, and then the rest kind of regress. And it seems like they can't get everybody shooting all at once to close out these series.
Yeah, kind of hot and cold. But then we hop into the S&D. We bring things over to the 5th round here. We're tied up at 2. Dante actually with a big 1v3 here. He takes down Nero here by side cut here on a rewind. He ends up wrapping a map here, switching lanes. Then he wins another one onto the bomb planter. And then Kenny, I think Kenny might have blacked out here a little bit. I think he thought maybe Dante ran away. I'm not really too sure.
I think he was just going for maybe he was trying to wallbang because he's still shooting there.
He definitely went for the wallbang. He definitely went for the wallbang there. And I mean, great heads up play from Dante. You can see the wallbangs coming in. Dante's getting tagged up. And I just don't think Kenny thought Dante was going to reach out while one shot. So just great plays coming in from Dante. You know, Dante's not afraid to chow. So great 1v3 there coming in from Sib. And then
this is gonna sound like hindsight, but outside of that play, A bomb is such a bomb site where you can get shot from like so many fucking different areas, and like by staying there, they kind of gave Dante like the leeway to make a play on them. Where if they would have just like this is gonna sound like a hindsight again, if they would have just wrapped out to B is such an easier bomb site to like plant and cover pretty much all of this like big angles that people are going to chow at. They either catch Dante on a rotation, trade him out, or they just get the B bomb down for free, and then that bomb site's unretakeable.
But look what happens here, Duarte. It's funny you say that because the B bomb site actually gets retaken here, and it's C9 who actually gets the bomb plant. But take a look at the ninja defuse from Nero. He just hops it. Nero just hops the bomb, and I don't know if it was just where C9 planted it. They couldn't get eyes on. I know Dante, he had just gotten a 2-piece, so he was weak and was just trying to stay down. But great heads-up play coming in from Nero to hop that bomb site and get that round win there. I think it was because of where they planted. Did they plant for the backside? Maybe they plant for the backside so they don't die from core. But, I mean, if you can get a plant front side there, based on the setup that they had, probably would have been better for them. But great plays coming in from Nero. Then we get into the 4-4 round. And this is just Kenny making big plays. I know, Sam, we were watching during the watch party. Gio, he had a donut, right? And he was watching this right street the whole entire time. And then as soon as he gives it up, you can see Cloud9 just soaring through. Max able to find one onto Gio. He loses composure. Then the trades come in from Sid, but it's actually Kenny who finds one, slides the corner, find two. And then it's a 1v1 between Kenny and Kremp. Kremp trying to get out of there, but Kenny all over it, finds a 3-piece on the round. Great plays from Kenny. Look at Gio's reaction, too, after this round. He was losing fucking composure, bro. He was like, dude, what is going on?
Kenny's just laughing at him.
Can't buy one.
He can't buy one, bro. Sometimes in search, it's just nothing's
Happens,
working.
man.
Yeah.
You know what's
It
crazy? Kenny was saying to himself, I've seen this before. Where did I see this before?
Nah.
And then
that's
we won
crazy.
champs. I don't know. That's weird.
That's crazy. Minnesota might be winning champs this year. Then we go over to the next round. This is the 4-5 round, and honestly, this is just Nero making the fucking play. I love how aggressive Nero gets here. He's never afraid to make a play or be an impact, and Kenny actually gets really aggro here in this round. He gets pushed up all the way through store, and I mean, he's not afraid to just get pushed up in their base. He ends up dying here, because as soon as he gets pushed up, you can see number 3, Dante, he starts tracking back to come kill Kenny. Obviously, he's made one shot here. They kind of solo him out here. But while Kenny's doing that, it just kind of opens up the map for the rest of his team to get pushed up. And it's actually Nero who gets pushed up into mid-map, gets a kill onto Mac, makes it a 2v2 situation. He's got Estrio here in the middle with him. But Estrio gets absolutely pooped on there. And then Nero's left in a 1v2. And he ends up clutching it up here. He gets the 1 kill there. And he ends up spotting Dylan attach here. And he's not afraid to chow Nero. Just letting it sing. Slides out, challenges the gunfight. And Minnesota, they end up going up 2-0 here. So great plays coming in from Minnesota, but then it slowly starts to collapse for them as we go on in this series. I do want to talk about C9's control. C9 just got like a control. What the hell is their control record? I feel like every time they play control, they always win this game mode. I could be wrong. Ben, you got their control record?
Really good. They're really good at 2 of the maps, and that's why their control record's really good, because they're just gonna get one to the other. They're good at Hasi and Protocol. So yeah, their record should be pretty good.
On the season, they're 12-14 in control.
Oh, okay.
It would be a winning record if they were not 1-6 on vault.
Is it protocol?
Yeah.
Is it protocol control where they're godlike? Are they? What's their protocol control record?
7-3 on protocol, 4-5 on Hasi.
Yeah, 7-3. But they always win this match.
I think the majority of their losses were pre-Hacienda though. Like, if I could be wrong, but like ever since they added Hosty to the mix, they've been pretty damn good at control.
Yeah, just to show you how they're able to do it. I mean, it just starts with Dante. I mean, you just got to get a kill and just get onto that site, and that's what they do. I mean, they get the kills out of their spawn. While that's happening, Dante wins the fight on B. And Cloud9, one thing about them in control is they're not afraid to get to that point and collapse on point and work some of these stacks. And that's exactly what they do. They get one clean wipe, and they're already just triple stacking this point. You can see how fast it's going up. And this B point is the hardest point to get. So as soon as this point goes down, Cloud9's just smooth sailing here. And after they get the B point here, you pretty much just see the play your life, play kills, and just keep running onto that 8 point. That's what they do. I mean, this was a clinical offense from Cloud9. Not really too sure what Minnesota was doing in this round. It just seemed like they couldn't get kills, especially after looking at the scoreboard. Dylan Attach started off 12-1 as well in this map. Attach was letting it sing in the protocol control. So great plays coming in from Dill. And just to show you guys how they were able to get the 8 point. It was towards the end of the round here where they were finally able to sneak on through. It was actually Minnesota who was working some spawn kills, but it was Dylan Attach who goes all the way around. He finds a big 2-piece, one there with a knife, gets pushed up into their spawn. And what Dylan's doing here, pushing this out, is he's spawning them deep. So Minnesota's just spawning deep from 8 point now. He's forcing those deep spawns, and Minnesota has no play other than to push out and try and overextend, or if they want to wrap back, they're just going to run into Dylan Attach with those crossfires. So just great plays from Dylan as he keeps the streak going as well. You can see all the kills coming in. They get the 2 ticks there. You take a look at the life advantage here. Minnesota with no lives here. You would think that, Cloud9 with no lives, you think Minnesota would be able to hold this here and hold this round. But just to show you guys how it kind of unfolds, Mac is the one who makes the play onto this site, wins a big 1v1 onto Nero, and then as soon as he gets onto the point, stops the clock. This is all she wrote. They just get on there. Mac and Dante, Dylan, everybody picking up a kill. And Cloud9, they end up winning the offense. So back-to-back defenses and an offense win. Cloud9 3-0 in the control. Any thoughts there, gentlemen, on a control?
Boys got pooped on.
They got pooped
Yeah,
on.
they fried him.
They got pooped on.
But this is what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the red card hard point. I think this was a little bit of a troll. I mean, Sam, this was definitely something that I wanted to write down because we were talking about it in the watch party. But on this P4 here, P5, Kenny, boom, 3, gets a 3-piece. Estrio gets a 4, boom. You know where they're spawning. Sam, you thought this was a little bit of a troll. You thought maybe they should have cut across mid here and maybe got the hedges or something. And you can kind of see Kremp, right? He takes the route. He goes all the way around. And he kills Nero, and then they all kind of die and get blended here. Do you think Minnesota could have played that better after getting a 4 dead? What do you guys think?
I think Nero should have just taken hedges. Like it's 20. There's like what 27 seconds left or something like that.
It was like 30 seconds, about 30
Yeah,
seconds
like
left.
C9's not going to head bash P5 in this situation. So I think Nero maybe should have just played hedges for a little bit more proactivity on the P1 rotation.
Yeah.
But I mean that's just a small nitpick. I think the positioning for everything was pretty good. I think Nero just died way too quickly.
Yeah,
is the issue.
I agree. I think they should have played for hedges. I mean, you see Krem taking the route, right? He took the route, especially if you just played out 1v1, you killed a guy taking a route and you collapse on mid, like you kind of just put him in a blender. Because you
Do you
can
have the
Nero-
Estriel? Do you have
Nero
the
and
Estriel
Kenny are
P3
both-
rotation?
Nero
As
and Kenny are
equipment?
both looking at the
yeah,
same
I
thing
could
as
pull
well,
up
by the way.
The first P3?
No, it's the end of the game. Right
Yes,
before it was the last P3.
yeah, I do
before.
have it.
Okay.
I do have. We'll get there. I got that for sure. But yeah, I agree. I feel like you can really chain the P5 and going back to the P1. I feel like if you keep giving them those Esky spawns and you play it right, like you can put teams in a blender on this map.
Yeah.
But you just got to do it right. You got to make sure you're pushing out the right lane. So I would have liked to see a hedges push right there as well. But Duarte, you gonna say something?
I was saying that Kenny and Nero were basically looking at the same thing. Like we've seen Neptune do it. Like if Nero would have like read the timing better, pulled out his knife and just like ran towards like top 3 or hedges and like been more playing off Kenny's information. As soon as they come up these escalators, like he can like backstab them basically, and they end up losing like 14, 15 of these seconds. Which I mean, if you look at the fucking score at the end of the game, that would have mattered a lot.
Yeah. But then we have a listen in from Minnesota here in the red car. We'll tune into the listening, see how they sound, and then we'll take a look at the last P3 and P4 and see what happened here towards the end of this one.
Alright, take a watch out. He just sitting there. He's going to your side. I promise.
I have
I'll block. I'll spawn out. I'll block.
This is for this is the game.
This is the game. Yeah, this is the game. I've asked you that to wrap.
Alright, there's nothing going dark.
Yeah, I'll wrap. I got one. I'm taking the corner. They're going to
Esky and head jump.
Both ARs. First two are.
Head
First two are 5 Hit me on dark. He's weak old. I'm gonna kill the guy. Top right. Top right. One's our L. One's outside our top right. Top damn shit on. Top right. I'm flanking. Top third. I'm this guy, bro. Okay, they spawn on you like plus. They spawn like
I'm flicking heads.
you double hedge. Double hedge. Nice. I'll say you we got two. We got They're top. Nice, I'm walking our car. I hate it. You play for it. Absolutely. I will get time. I will get time. Okay. I won't play kill. Get a block. Play kill. That's fine. Go ahead. Can't be right. One get out. One can be behind us. Nice, good shit. Good. I'm on you. I'm one shot. Let's do it. Max, both on mid. Both on mid.
All right, it's gonna do it for the listening here with the Minnesota ROKKR. What'd you guys think? A little hectic.
Yeah, I like the this is the game comm though. Like that was something that I think Ken said it there. That was something we did on LET where it was just like kind of like everyone locked the fuck in. If we get this situation right, 9 times out of 10 we should win this map. So I like the idea there.
Yeah, and then we get into the P3 here, like you said, Sam. You can see Kremp. Kremp actually takes a good route here. He goes
Can you
all the way.
back it up?
Yeah,
like right when Estriel like gets to the route, he gives himself bad timing looking mid.
Yeah, so Estriel cuts across Tiki here.
So they know all 4 are dead.
He gave it up.
I think he's just paranoid about a mid timing, and I just wanted to point out the timing that he gets because like that is just so fucking tragic for him.
Yeah,
no one has mid, so like he obviously that's just Call of Duty timing 101 right there.
And Kremp gets 2 after that as well.
Yeah, and he gets 2 off of it.
Yeah. They still make it a map. They still get in there. I mean, they start working these kills. I mean, the hill's just left white. This is just a red card special, right? It's just the time's just always going down. The hill's always white. Just so many close spawns and everybody's flooding. But Kremp, just a good route from Kremp again. That's the second time this map where we're pulling up Kremp, taking a long route and being an impact on a map, right? Those routes are really important. You always need somebody taking those routes. And Kremp, not only is he slaying out and getting kills, he's got over 30 kills right now, but he's also taking his time and making sure he's taking the proper route. So good plays coming in from him, and you can kind of see how they're able to lock down some of this time here on this last P3. But gets mixy here when we go over to this next stage hill. If you're Minnesota ROKKR, right, we were even saying it during the watch party, don't die, right? You have to hold here, and you have to hold a setup. So we can kind of see how it ends up falling apart for him, because they end up getting a few kills on rotation here. So let's see what happened here towards the end of this game. everybody from Cloud9 spawning at old. You can see Geo. He ends up opening things up with a 1v1 win in the middle of the map here by Hedges. But Mac making great plays as he picks up a 2-piece here. And then they collapse. Once Mac pops that 2-piece, they collapse onto the point. You can see it's Nero who's trying to contest. It was a good contest from Nero, just trying to hold on. But great wins coming in from Cloud9. They kind of just kind of pushed their way through the front, huh? And just win some fights mid.
I don't like the way that Nero and whoever the hell were playing it. My bad. I had my audience mix on, so I'm delayed. But I wanted to go back to that play where they got collapsed on the hill. I don't like what they're doing. Like, so if you go on rotation, number 6 and number 7 are here like relatively early, and I think number 7 could have taken more space, and ultimately he's just sitting in like a useless spot, and they get collapsed on.
Yeah, I mean,
like if you go there earlier, like he's here for a while. Go back, like look how long he's been here.
Why is Nero looking at his back when number 5 spawned there and Kenny's holding the pinch?
Because they overthought it. Ken got a sidewalk spawn instead of like the goal spawn on P2.
Yeah,
but the issue is they're all alive, so they're looking for nobody. Like also, if they had scoreboards up on rotation,
go back further. Go back further. Watch. Look how long Nero and this guy are on hill. Basically,
yeah, they're on hill the whole time.
Like, look right here. Look at this.
Yeah, they're on hill for the whole time.
If number 7 or number 6 is like just goes up mid stairs and goes basically to help like Geo mid, right? And then Kenny's gonna be there off his spawn, obviously. Like they can drop this push even further because these guys just cross for free once the first guy up top dies.
That's what I brought up on the show. I think the number 1 lane to watch on this hill is the cross. The stage. You do that, you slow down the push, the guy stage can finesse and maybe get some kills if it gets mixy, split spawns, whatever. But the minute you give up that cross, everything gets fucking weird.
Then at the end here, I thought Gio was making the play. He hits a pinch, pops a 2-piece. I'm thinking Minnesota's getting in here and breaking it, but they just didn't get the contest in time. They didn't get there fast enough, which I don't know how. I thought they were in there. I think whoever got in there died.
Yeah, he died from top.
Yeah, he died instantly.
Ken's in chat. He said they spawned P2, but I don't like they
That's
didn't
what
spawn.
I'm saying. Ken got that sidewalk spawn and they turned.
Ken got a map control spawn. Like they're all alive and they're just all on the other side of the map. So like it didn't even matter yet. Like they didn't have any mid yet.
Yeah, you could tell by the arrows. I don't think anyone had scoreboards up for the timing of the spawn because both of them spawn outer. Both of their kills and rotation spawn outer at old while the old hill was still up.
Yeah.
So I just don't think they were looking at it.
Yeah, I also just if Nero would have like played up mid or like played to basically help Ken off spawn and whoever was mid doors, they probably win this because being on that stage is like good on P2, but being on the stage when you're on this hill, what is it, P5, P4, whatever, is just dog shit. Because like if you just think about the way people play it, people are gonna play through mid. They're just gonna have height advantage on you. They're just gonna mow you down. Like the stage is like not that good on that hill.
Yeah.
Do you think he should have gone left to the stairs and watched the cross?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, either went to the left and watched the cross, or like went up mid stairs and helped whoever was mid, and then reacted to the cross after. Like you know what I mean? Like he could have taken way more space. He played it way too safe, and it just they got fucked over.
Yeah, I mean even Kenny said in the chat, just in the moment, right? Super hectic, locked down on a red card hard point. They just didn't pick up on it. But then we get into the last map S&D, and I don't know how the fuck Nero got to there. This is a big round for Minnesota. Dante left in a 1v2 situation here, and I thought that was a C9 troll there. I thought with the way those trades were going down, I thought C9 was winning this round for sure. But Minnesota, they end up winning this round. Dante's left in a 1v1 here with Estrio, and Estrio with the positioning, just late plays with top office. They planned it for office, so he's just kind of throwing shit. He's checking a bomb. Good plays coming in from Estrio, and we're end up tied here at 4. Then we get into the next round here. This is the 4-4 round. It's a big round here, very important round. And just to kind of see what happened here. This is a 3v4 from Cloud9. So you can see Minnesota get the blood, but they plant. Cloud9 plant for well, but they push out Tin and Plat. And when they do that, Krem's able to find a pick onto Geo by the top Plat. He even sings out and makes it a 3v3 situation. And then you just take a look here at the routes coming in from Cloud9. Kremp ends up climbing through middle. He's trying to late play top mid. Mac ends up finding a kill on bomb. Then Kremp hits the pinch, and then Nero's left all by himself, and they clean it up. I just like how proactive C9 was in a 3v4 situation. Like, I feel like when you're down a man in S&D, that kind of gives you the green light to just try and make something happen and make a play. And
did they just get good timing on the guy that was on the plat? Like, I want to see, like, can we see how that unfolded?
I don't think the guy on the plat saw them. I don't think he saw them push up. I don't even think he was looking at it. He's distracted right now because he's shooting at people top U. He's shooting at he's fighting somebody top hall, and he just kind of gets caught slipping. I mean, they hit the gap. And that's kind of what I was saying, Chris, right? Like getting proactive. You're down a man, just try and get active and like try and make a play. And they catch Gio slipping.
Bro, Gio is fucking livid, bro. The amount of times he's just got bad timing on like a play or a cross, and it's this game was a game of like just milliseconds.
I mean, this is every ROKKR series, bro. Everything that has to happen in the series for them to go game 5, it happens.
They are cursed,
good or
bro.
bad. I swear to God.
And then we get into the last and final round, and I think Kenny just had his size 14 shoes on because unfortunately for him, he goes to plant the bomb, but his feet are sticking out. And Dylan attached. I mean, he ends up finding the blood there onto Kenny. It actually was a 3v4 situation. So Kenny and the Minnesota ROKKR boys, they had the numbers advantage here in the final round. They go for the bomb plant. And
he said his legs were facing the bomb on his screen, but they were actually sticking out in the game. What the fuck?
Which is insane.
So he slid forward into the bomb, and then his legs went left instead of forward.
Right, so it's like a broken camera.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, which is fucking nuts. Yeah, because it did look weird to see his legs like sticking out like that. Like, there's no way he was laying down sideways like that with his legs sticking out. Yeah. Right, so I'd love to see it from Kenny's POV, but Dylan attach, he ends up getting him off the bomb plant. Now we have a 2v2 situation, and Krempy makes the play. They know he's here, but Kremp was able to win a big 1v1 before he goes down. And then, of course, it's Dylan attached in a 1v1 situation. He's not losing those. How many times have we seen Dylan attached clutch a 1v1 there? So great plays coming in from Dylan, and Cloud9 are able to get the reverse sweep here. So great plays from Cloud9. Gritty series, huh, gentlemen? Gritty one.
Yeah.
This one
Poor ROKKR, man. 3 game 5 round 11s and a game 5 round 10.
Yeah.
Now the timings they've got this map or this series are fucking insane.
I mean, you can see it on their faces. I mean, they look stressed out, man. Kenny tweeted out he's getting gray hairs. Gio and fucking Nero, Esther, they all got their hands on their heads. I mean, look at them. They're losing fucking.
I gotta know who has the most game 5 reps this season. It's gotta be ROKKR. It has to be, bro. It has to be.
I think it's close.
It's gotta be them. They've been playing this shit all season.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we can get some stats on that. Maybe, Benjay, if you got a map 5 stat.
So ROKKR played 13 times. It looks like they're the most. Yeah, the next closest would be Toronto's got 9, FaZe has got 9, Seattle, Vancouver's got 11. Would be the next.
13, bro.
And Miami with 10.
God damn.
Yeah, any other final thoughts on a series? Kenny said, chat, y'all can put the voodoo doll down. That's insane. But all right, we'll hop on to the next series of the day. Next series of the day, another banger. This is the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Vancouver Surge. And yet again, we see another reverse sweep. Back-to-back reverse sweeps today as we had the Vancouver Surge winning maps 3, 4, and 5. Start things off on a Hacienda Hardpoint. Carolina win that one 250 to 176. Then we hop into the Hacienda S&D. Carolina win that one 6-3. So we were thinking Carolina was running away with it. They were making it look easy. It looked like Vancouver didn't show up today. Then we get into the protocol control. That's where Vancouver were able to bounce back with a big control win. End up winning that one 3-1. Then we go into the Skyline Hardpoint. That one wasn't even fucking close. It was 250 to 104 in favor of Vancouver, and then a 6-2 win in the last map. So this was a weird series because Carolina bodied Vancouver the first 2 maps, and then Vancouver bodied them the next 3 maps, right? So it's just kind of like a back and forth series. Not really any close maps here. And then we scroll down, take a look here at the stat sheet. You got an 04 with a 0.99. You have a Boozer with a 1.09. Nasty back in his bullshit. This guy's got a 1.32. And Neptune with a 1.08. And on the other side, everybody negative except for Slasher with a 1.08. You have a 0.91 from Gwyn, a 0.99 from TJ, and a 0.63 from Reese Vivid today. Also really struggling in the damage department. When you take a look at Reese, everybody around 10,000 to 12,000 damage on his team. He hasn't even broken 8,000 damage here. So Reese having a rough series. We'll take a look here at the match MVP. It's Nasty with a 1.43 in Hardpoint, a 1.22 in Search, and a 1.15 in Control. Great plays coming in from Nasty yet again. We'll start with you, Sam. We'll work our way up. Sam, what you think about the series, Vancouver versus Carolina?
I think you summed it up pretty well. It seemed like a tale of 2 halves. I thought Ravens played a fucking great Hasi hardpoint to start. Same with the Search. And then something changed. Switch was flipped. And, I mean, the last 3 maps were legitimately a disaster class from the Ravens. Reese obviously had probably his worst season or his worst series I've seen him have this season, which doesn't help. But I was really, at the beginning end of the series, I was kind of frightful for Vancouver just because they hadn't been playing like super convincing lately, and I was like kind of worried on the downtrend, and then just something fucking changed, bro. The last 3 maps of this series were not even.
It's a Rambo. It's Rambo.
It was over, bro.
I think Rambo gave him a pep talk after the
Think
map
so?
too.
Rambo
Yeah.
came in and said, "Start shooting your gun straight," and then
Yeah.
Nasty decided to become the best player in the game.
I mean, we know after that map too, there's a 5-minute break, right? They have some time to kind of regroup and talk. And I feel like they had a team talk and just kind of woke themselves up a little bit and talked.
The slaying definitely kicked in map 3. I think Nep kind of started slow and then ended like 34 and 32 or something. He had a really good map, and I think that kind of kickstarted the rest of the series. Obviously, Nasty kind of popped takeover to end it, but weird series, man. This was a much needed win for Ravens in terms of just winners bracket, because they have a really tough. Who do they have? LAT or something like that to end, which isn't great, but. This was a much needed win for Ravens for winners, so that hurts.
Yeah. What about you, Benjay? What you think of the series?
I mean, I'm gonna keep saying it with this Carolina guys, bro. They are awful at control this stage. They have not won a single control now in the 4 matches they have played in this stage. I mean, you just cannot let a team like Vancouver just get momentum back in that third map. So we've seen it with a lot of other really quality teams that are in Carolina's position. Thieves last year, great example of a team I know it eventually came good at the end of the season. But for a good majority of the year, they just let people in and sometimes lost and got reverse swept because they couldn't win control. So I think for me, that's the thing that Carolina's really got to clean up going forward.
Duarte, what'd you think?
Yeah, to echo what Ben said, I mean, they're pretty much lost at like every control outside of Vault. For the Vancouver side, it's really good to see them get a Skyline win, because that is a map they have been trying to incorporate into their map pool. We've seen them pretty good on every single other hard point, and that's kind of the map they've been working on, because I think that's a map they're going to need if they're going to want to continue to make runs at these tournaments and maybe even topple some of the top teams at these events. So really good signs for them. Unfortunately for the Ravens, man, they just got skill diff towards the end of the series. I mean, regardless of how Royal Ravens have placed and how they've always been relatively consistent, Surge are just too much for them when they're on point. And Nasty had a fucking insane series. Neptune, Abuza, everyone stepped up to the plate whenever they went to that map 3. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is the start of a chain for the Ravens, where they lose to LAT. They might not make winners bracket. They go to the event, they flop out again, and
That chain started.
Yeah, but but there was a chance here if they won this series, right? And like maybe they kind of avoid it. They lose to LAT, but they still get winners bracket. Maybe they make a decent run. I don't know. But I think now with this loss here, especially getting reverse sweep, and the person that was talked about being replaced, Reese, having a stinker, I feel like it's just going to further push that narrative.
Yeah. What about you, Pat?
But shit, you had Nameless asking TJ on a CDL broadcast why they didn't drop this guy.
Yeah, that's insane.
That was insane.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that question from Nameless?
I mean, it's not
That's rogue.
If you're broadcast talent, like, you got to know the type of questions you're asking to people and if they're going to give you a good response. I think if you ask certain people in the league that question, they'll give you a pretty funny response back. I think asking Teej that question, he's just going to be like, what the fuck is this? And you get some weird shit. So they just got to read the room a little bit better when they ask that.
Well, no, I think the way Ant said it was good, and then Puckett kind of came in and just like trolling. But I mean, what is Teej gonna say, right? Like, he's not gonna cook a Reese.
There ain't nothing to say. That's the problem, bro. Like, he was just set up for a bad answer. And obviously that's gonna suck for Reese, but I mean, it's unfortunate he obviously had an Aster class here. I don't know, dude. Like, this team can't afford to not have Gwyn takeover series on. That's a scary thing, because like, you look at this performance. Like,
online.
Yeah, online. Like, even if Vivid plays better, right? Like, you still look at this and you're like, okay, this looks like a LAN series from the Carolina, when like we're like, why aren't they playing like they do online? From a statistical standpoint. But yeah, I mean, also when you go up 2-0, you gotta have some ice to close it out. And I'm still surprised when I see Slasher performing the best on this squad. I don't know what happened to Teej. I thought Teej was playing insane. Like, even though we like.
His respawns have been fucking devious.
Yeah, like
his S&D is still there.
The last month or so, Teej's respawns just, what I feel like, fell off a cliff.
They have.
From how he was playing in the beginning, but
his S&D has been really good though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Teej's always going to be that guy in S&D. But
yeah, I mean, looking at this,
his respawns haven't been too bad. Yeah, haven't been too bad.
But the controls are awful, Tom. Look at the controls.
Yeah, the controls.
That's because their whole control team is so bad. They're just not good outside of Vault. Outside of, like, on Vault, they're competitive.
That crazy Hasi hardpoint the other day, though.
Outside of Vault, they are horse.
They got some inconsistencies, obviously.
Benj, that take from the offseason from you is really aging well.
Yeah.
Wait, which
listen,
one? Which
some-
take?
I
He
said
said that he said this team was dog shit at control from literally preseason.
Hey,
aging
Ben,
well.
you know ball, Ben? You know ball like that?
I mean, I just saw the personnel and the way that you kind of need to flow and control, and I feel like it would just wasn't always just going to be there. And unfortunately for them, they got to figure it out now. They're generally a hard out as a team because of how good their search is, but right now they are not closing out confident series because of this control shit, and it's probably going to lead to them also getting 3-0'd as well.
What's their
They
year
get
control
lucky.
record? Do you have it?
I do. Their control record on the year is 15 and 16. So they
Can we see their
actually
maps?
were-
Can we see their maps spread?
I mean,
like what
basically
are the
500,
records?
4 and 5 on Hosty, 5 and 5 Protocol, 6 and 6 Vault. So
Their protocol display has been
Just
bad.
think of-
Their stage 3 has just been bad.
I think it's been a slight decrease off the. So stage 1 they were 9 and 6, then they were 6 and 6 in stage 2, and now they're 0 and 4.
No,
So
they're just
They're
they're
just
just weird,
slowly
man.
trending downwards.
Their S&D's always good, and then they had a split where they weren't good at hardpoint, and now they're having a split where they're fighting hardpoint. They're like 50-50 or whatever, and their control is just ass. Like they pick it up in one game mode and just completely lose it in the other. Outside of search.
Dude,
It's a hard thing to balance, though. When you put a lot of effort and practice into improving in one game mode, it happened to me a lot. Just the likelihood of the other modes regressing a little bit is pretty high.
Yeah. I will say, Pat Slasher really has been their best player, bro. Which is kind of crazy, considering like he's literally the oldest player. He's the vet on the team. Like
He's just slow, bro. It's easy when he's slow, you know.
Nah, he had
real
the
slow.
break off of was it the control break off today? Austin was getting fucking
he
active.
was getting active for sure.
He was
bro.
like 6-0, 7-0. He was moving.
I know there's a big Slasher slow troll in the chat, but I mean, dude, he has been getting active. Like he's been insane. So shout out to Liticoat, man. The age is just a number, huh, guys? It's just a number.
Aging like fine wine, man.
Yeah, great plays coming in from Liddy. But let's tune into the first map. We got some comms here from Carolina. Let's tune in and see how the boys were sounding.
I'm looking around. I'm looking around. Could be you. Could be you. Enter dead. I'm just staying pushed out, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying myself out.
I'm hard blocking. I'm pushed all the way out.
I'm through mid. I'm looking at you cross.
One shot back.
One's out of fence, guys. And one cross.
He's going deep back 10.
It's your fence.
You. Pop out one shot.
I got the guy 10. Out of me. Out of fence.
They're gonna spawn in the back. They're gonna spawn in the back. They're spawning in the back.
Get her time. Me. Going at her.
I'm going to 10. I'm going to 10 already.
Upstairs. One shot.
I wanted 10.
One shot.
No, 10 already. 10 already.
Upstairs.
He's weak 10. Weak 10.
I was just doing. Play through.
I have the map.
Enter on you. Popping.
No one for machine.
Nice one. Flat there.
I'm jumping dark.
Top left.
Top close. Top close. He's on there.
Take your time. Go.
No, I've been shooting. Let's up here. I'm playing.
I'm gonna go deep. I'm gonna go deep.
No, two open. Two open. One was on me already.
I'm gonna go deep as fuck. You guys should go together.
No streak.
I spawned in P2. I'm
Yeah, top flat on me. Nep.
There's two then. Two.
Top left. One shot. Mid.
Open.
Two open. Yo, we're in time. All three in time.
Alright, stay
Anything with mid.
Hold on. I have mid, bro. They're gonna chop me out, probably.
Wait, one spawn bar side.
Yeah, one shot.
On the rock dead. Rock 4. Inside open.
Open. Two. One. Both side open. Hit both of them.
Should be spawning. One might spawn well. One might spawn well. Careful. One might spawn well.
Open, both of them. Nobody wants it. I'm
Good job. What do you want? Block. He's blocked.
I'm challenged. You guys gotta get mid. I'm challenged. One's going mid. One's going mid 100%.
All right, what you guys think of listening? Austin's comms are great, man, too. He's got great comms. Just small
I thought
talking.
they sounded good. I think the whole that Hasi was one of the cleaner hardpoints I've seen from them all season. Like the slaying discrepancy wasn't like out of this world, but just every situation that they had to either hold or break, they did it perfectly every time.
Yeah.
It was just like through and through a clean map from them.
It was a clinical map from them. I mean, like I said, I mean, none of these maps are really close. I mean, it went down to a map 5. It was a close series, but the maps in general were just so lopsided. And then, of course, I wanted to show the Skyline hardpoint because we talked about Vancouver, right, kicking up, and Neptune started hitting that mode, man. He started hitting that mode in this map. And well, why do you think Neptune's just so nasty at this game? You think it's like it just fits him? You think the maps and the gunplay and everything just fits his playstyle, or what? I mean, everything.
I think it's that and the amount of time he fucking puts into this game.
Yeah.
He's been
I was gonna also
grinding.
say like this game like you just don't get punished as much in this game like when you're out of
He
position
makes
like
great fun. He's got good fundies too, bro. He doesn't overkill a lot. Like even right here, like just the way he's playing his life and finessing, like he doesn't go too crazy and he doesn't overchow anything, and he just stays alive. And he's just annoying. Like he's just annoying to play against. Like even here,
outside
he's
of
getting the
outside of the
kills.
weapons being a little bit nerfed, Tom, like this game just rewards that aggression because like the slide in this game like allows you to shoot while sliding. So people that are very good mechanically and like just if they understand the fundamentals and they just apply their insane mechanics, they're just going to be gross. Like you don't get punished for running around in this game. Like in terms of like how you engage is what I mean.
And look at this guy, bro.
Yeah,
This guy's a fucking
you
animal.
could definitely be punished if you fuck up spawns and shit. But
Yeah. I mean, mechanically, you don't get punished. Like
Yeah.
in other games, if you like slid cancel at the wrong time or did something like that, like you just can't shoot your gun. But in this game, like you can spam movement, and as long as you know what you're doing and doing it at the right time, you can just bail yourself out of every situation.
Yeah.
I think to summarize it, Chris says he runs shit down.
Yeah,
does
he
run
loves
it
it.
down.
He runs it down, bro.
I didn't have a lot of clips on this series. I have a lot of clips in the next series with LA Thieves and Toronto. But any other final thoughts here with Carolina and Vancouver? It was a good series. Went down to the wire, but pretty comfortable.
I thought it was a really good win from Vancouver. Especially like going into the major, that was a reverse sweep is always good to have for the momentum.
Why is TJ in chat trying to start beef, bro?
Hey, TJ's in the chat. He said, "Who's dick riding? What's going
Not
on?"
his fault, bro. He's on my fantasy team, man. It's not his fault.
Well, bro, I had Vivid, man.
No way, Slam. We'll definitely be taking a look at fantasy.
We're streaming that spot.
TJ said, "Fuck you, LaRue." He said, "Fuck you."
Streaming
Dude, you don't fuck with the Kardashian crumble cookie lineup, man.
Yeah, we really thought the
Not yet,
Kardashians
Gersh.
were.
Hey, Gersh, I can still rescind that trade.
Oh,
Are you guys are trading in your fantasy? Or
Yeah,
what?
Teej for Dan's on the table right now.
No way. No fucking way. Wait, who has Teej? You have Teej?
I have Teej.
Are you trading him? Are you trading him, Sam?
Maybe. I don't know. Think about
Oh,
it.
shit. Wait, Gersh said that you shook on it. What the fuck?
No,
On the table.
I gotta do it on Monday.
No
It's not
way,
the trades
dude.
aren't allowed to do it.
No fucking way. TJ, you're getting traded for Dan Ghosty, man.
Not Teej's
Unbelievable.
fault, man. My team's just dirty Neslos. My team is dirty Neslo.
Be like that, bro.
I need
Be
hard
like
point.
that. Any other final thoughts before we head into the next one? All right, let's move into the last series of the day. We got LA Thieves going up against Toronto Ultra, and yet again, we have another Game 5. 3 matches today, 3 Game 5s. An absolute grueler of a day. We start things off on a Hacienda hard point where Toronto Ultra get the W there, 250 to 219 against LA Thieves. Then LA Thieves bounce back in the S&D, 6-4 on the Hacienda search. Then LA Thieves win the Volt Control 3-2, and then Toronto Ultra winning the last 2 maps. A big bounce back from them, getting a 250 to 215 win on the Skyline Hardpoint and a 6-4 win on the dealership S&D. We'll scroll down here, take a look at the stat sheet. You had Envoy today with a 0.95. You had Dan Ghosty with a 1.08. Hydra with a 1.16. And Scrap with a 0.94 today. You look at the other side. By the way, this was a grueler series, bro. You had 4
Jesus
players with
fucking
100
Christ.
deaths. You had 3 players with over 100 kills. This was crazy. Then you had Beans with a 0.95 on the day. You had Kleenex with a masterclass today. Everybody was negative except for Kleenex on Toronto Ultra. You get a 1.12 coming in from Kleenex. You had Insight with a 0.82. And, of course, you got Jodeci's with a 0.99 in this one. Take a look at the match MVP. Most likely going to be Kleenex here. And, yes, it is. It's Kleenex with 47 out of 50 votes. He's got a 1.16 in Hardpoint, a 1.13 in Search, and a 1.03 in Control. Go ahead, Duarte. You wanna say
121
something?
kills is fucking insane.
That's insane. That is absurd. Is Kleenex
That is an
back?
absurd stat line.
Is Kleenex back? We've been looking for this Kleenex, haven't we? We've been looking for Toby to kind of go crazy and do what he does. He's been a little quiet, but today he kicked up and he showed us what he's capable of, right? I mean, if Kleenex can keep this form up, this team's going to be scary, especially with how Jodeci's has been playing and the rest of the squad. I still have my concerns with Insight at times. I do. I still have my concerns. Like, I really do feel like he struggles to get kills sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes we see him pick up the pace and play fast, and he looks really good. And then sometimes he's just like double negative, and he's just low interactions and low damage, right?
It's a double-edged sword because I think he still enables his team to a degree, but
Yeah.
sometimes when his teammates aren't like playing their best, he kind of just needs to find his rhythm and start compensating a little bit more because he's not that type of player that's going to like compensate for his teammates playing bad. Like whenever his teammates are playing bad, he's pretty much going to be doing the same thing. So I guess it's a level of trust. But I mean, since I'm already talking, I guess I'll just give my thoughts on the whole thing. But I really like the progress that Toronto's made as a team because I feel like they're hitting a point where they are competitive in all modes. At first, it was all S&D. Then they started to get pretty good at like their hard points and their controls, and now they're serviceable in every game mode. Obviously, they're playing Thieves, so it's a very tough opponent. But it's good to see them get a win here because that's further just going to give them even more confidence going into the major.
Yeah, what did you think, Pat? What did you think of the series? LA Thieves, they lose to Toronto Ultra today. Are you surprised, Pat? Did you think these were getting this in the bag or what?
I mean, I'm a little surprised. I'm curious, what is their head-to-head record the whole time, bro? Because I feel like the last time that Toronto beat these, I was talking about it, like how Adamu or whatever his last name is, the Toronto CEO, is kind of getting the last laugh against them. Like, because obviously when this trade went down, he's like, we're going to be a better team.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like they're winning. I feel like when they play them consistently. But I mean, look, the Toronto Ultra have beat the online LA Thieves, so I've seen all I need to see. These are my 2025 world champions.
Ben's face, bro. He looks like he farted and he smelled it.
I mean,
What's the matter,
so if you
Ben?
What are you doing,
if you
Ben?
care about the record, they both 3-0'd each other. These 3-0'd them before Major 2. Obviously, Thieves beat them Sunday at Major 2. And then this one went 5. So I would say, in the grand scheme of things, this
they're 2-1.
2-1, it's pretty much even map count. At this
So they
point.
win 66% of the time, Ben.
I
All
mean,
I need to
6 and
hear.
5 map count, bro.
That's all I need to hear, bro. They beat the online Thieves. Wait, so they beat them twice online then?
That's pretty
No, they
typical.
split the
They
split
beat
the
him at
online
the
series.
Put the online, yeah, okay.
They beat them at the major when Thieves decided not to show up on Sunday.
What about
I mean, that's all what I need to see, Tom.
What about you, Sam? I mean, you talked about how Thieves need to lose online.
Listen, a wise man once said, tactical loss.
Oh yeah.
We had to avoid the curse. We learned our lesson from stage 2, and we had to get a loss online. We were winning 12 in a row. It couldn't be 13. We can't do that, bro. We got to go into the major with 1 L, and now I can confidently pick them to win major 3.
Yeah, they needed that, right? They needed that loss. Right? I feel like whenever a team goes flawless in the online stage, they always lose at the major when it goes to LAN. Like, it's very rarely you see it. Has a team ever gone flawless in online and then won the event and just never lost?
Cold War.
Cold War? That happened in Cold War?
Yeah, that was the last time. But Toronto looked good as well. Enough trolling. But yeah, I think Toronto's scaling a little bit. Kind of what Chris said. I think this was kind of the team I was thinking, like the first 2 stages where they were good at, hardpoint search and then kind of fell off in one, got better at the other. Like, this is the Toronto team that I was envisioning when they came together over the offseason. So I'm happy to see it. It's another contender. Obviously, they had a really good Major 2. So hopefully they can carry that into Major 3 because they've now beaten FaZe and LAT in their last couple matches. So I'm sure this camp's feeling good, especially because they don't have to play with exit lag coming up.
Yeah.
So.
What about you? There was a little bit of a problem today, right? In the control,
happened.
was it? Or the S&D or something? Something happened again. But what about you, Benjay? Any thoughts?
I thought it was a pretty gritty series. I thought for both teams, I think there's a lot to like, and there's a lot of really good VOD to watch. I think as you get to the tail end of the qualifiers, I think if you are Thieves, losing 2 hard points to Toronto is pretty tough. But you had a potential Neslo chance in this. It just didn't break your way in that SD dealership. I think the one takeaway I'll say from the series and really the whole weekend, man, I really enjoy watching dealership. I don't know about you guys, but this map's kind of fucking lit. I'm excited to see this on land.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
Rocket League is lit.
Yeah, just driving cars at each other on A-Bone.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. But I mean, I talked about this, right? Like when new maps come in, right? Even if they're not the best maps, right? We're not playing good maps now, right? So it's nice to get a refresher and get new maps in there. So I'm happy that, and from my understanding, the pros didn't have a choice, right? The league just threw the map set in there, or just threw the map in there.
It's just a map that gives you options, bro. We went from having maps that, or at least one of the maps that had no options. Even Skyline, I guess, technically had no options. You just go A or work mid, and same thing with Vault. To now having an option where both bomb sites are used, you're just going to get a lot more different looks, and that's going to just transition to being way more entertaining.
Yep. Let's hop into some clips because I have a lot for this series. LA Thieves just breaking every hardpoint. Toronto had a hard time holding some hills, which is weird because they won both hardpoints. But I wrote them down. I wrote down so many times LA Thieves broke them. So what is Toronto just like? They're just keeping it gritty and breaking right back. I don't know what Toronto's break percentages are or what the whole percentage. Maybe Benji, you can look into that. But they get really gritty here. I mean, great breaks coming in from LA Thieves. They actually break both P2s but the same way, just kind of hitting through lobby and hitting through the back. Anyway, you would have liked to see Toronto play this a little bit differently. I didn't think their setup was that bad.
I think LAT's audible to just bang side door here was fucking great. I think it was just like a good split-second decision.
Yeah, they just they lead, they get these kills and they just all collapse through side.
Yeah, like they blocked the back spawn. Toronto has to look at driveway as well. I think this was just perfect.
Yeah,
just hit it as fast as possible.
It's honestly just a clinical break from the LA Thieves. Go ahead,
We've talked
Benji.
about this all year with Toronto, and it really hasn't changed. They are one of the best percentage break teams in the league, top 2, but they are also bottom 3 in rotation win percentage. So they play a risky style of hard point. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams were getting broken though. That wasn't even just
Yeah.
Toronto. Like
Yeah.
neither team was holding a hill this whole series.
It's, Skyline especially was.
Yeah, we got the listening from Toronto Ultra here in the first hard point. Let's tune in and see how the boys are sounding.
I have a sub here.
He's sick right now.
Held out. Front times.
Nice.
What the fuck? Back right,
One shot.
John Lambo, people. Left side Lambo.
I fell down, bro. I fell down.
Two. They're gonna hit through. I think they're trying to hit through.
Coach me.
Yeah, well.
I can help you.
See Paco. Yeah, it's Paco.
You run away, Charles.
We 10 then.
I'm looking low
mid.
What's up? Talk to me.
Oh, one shot.
I'm dead.
No one rock. They're all hitting through.
I haven't
Wait.
shot. Okay.
One top close.
Look for Sky. I spawned out.
Top close. I'm one shot.
Hey, push.
Wall bang me. You're
I
good.
hold point office.
I can pick it up. I can pick it up.
Dead plan.
One could have
Maybe
spawned
not
back.
close to it. Maybe.
I'm
Get pushed. Get pushed down. Get pushed down. Let's hit the plan.
I kill.
Behind you,
Yeah,
Elliot,
I'm
instead.
already right.
Nice. One of you front maybe as well.
Yeah, I
Listen.
spawned back out. I spawned back out. Only one there. Send back out.
110 was one shot.
I killed.
Dead. Nice.
I spawned back.
Spawning front now. Our time now.
Keep playing kills.
Yellow fence.
10 in time last 2 off spawn.
Spawn deep well.
Yeah. One minute.
It's dead.
Bed, nothing bed.
Been nated.
You Charlie
I
guys.
can kill you. Last guy time. Shadow. Weak again. Front.
Ghosty scrap.
He's playing old. Grab playing old.
I'm looking for Ghosty.
Yeah, okay.
Just
I
sliding.
spawned well, bro. This one.
Stand out for pinch, okay? Pinch dead.
Nice.
I'm going well, okay. I'm there.
Another one.
Last guy.
Square.
It should spawn both. Could be wrong.
Big rotation.
Okay.
Spawn.
Come with the turn.
Yeah, or on.
I need
Nated as well. I need it.
What the fuck?
Weak. Close con.
It's another big break from Thieves here.
More close time.
So weak. I'll rock one con.
I'll good.
Right here.
They have no charge.
I have to go mid as well.
Yeah.
On the rock.
It's gonna be tough.
Come mid, so give me a sec.
He's top right. He's in the open window. He's top in the open window. Close right now. Don't con, I think.
Another big break from Thieves here, but then Toronto just break right back, right? It's just kind of like just like how Toronto plays. Like they have a hard time holding. But
I'm curious. How did I need to? Can we go back and see how that guy spawned Lambo? Because Beans didn't read it, so I'm curious if he blacked out or if he just didn't.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how the fuck he spawned there.
The hill was white when he spawned, maybe.
Did he? Was it white?
Yeah.
Wait, that's insane.
No one was on the hill when
no one
right
was
as he
blocking.
spawns.
No one was blocking.
It looks like they're
Huh.
on hill
Yeah,
though,
white hill or the mid rotation hill.
but they're on the hill.
No, he's
hadn't
on
popped
it.
yet. It hadn't
Wait,
popped yet.
was it because it didn't pop?
It was still locked by the time that it popped. And then he spawned driveway.
That's still a weird
That's
spawn.
so weird though, because if the hill didn't pop, you would think it's the old hill spawns, and that's not a hill spawn.
I mean, that's the only thing. The only reason I have for him to not spawn.
no,
both.
I mean, I get it. I get your reasoning. I'm just, that's fugazi.
That's fucking
spawn,
insane.
bro. That is fugazi, bro.
I mean, you could say that Beans maybe should have been able to read it because he didn't spawn
Nah, that's
Lambo.
a fucking absurd, dude.
I know. I'm not saying he should have. I'm saying maybe you could, but not
Yeah, he spawns. I mean, that would have been a crazy read for sure.
Then another team kill from Dan Ghosty.
Yeah, what was going on with Dan Ghosty today, man? He kept team killing.
This guy's
How many team kills did he have today? No,
He was
like
team killing on
genuinely.
Optic. He was team killing on Optic too. It's been a fucking problem for a minute.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dan
He
just
was
throws the nades and
team
doesn't call 'em out.
killing nades and shit. And then again, we get to the last P2 here, and again, you can see how Thieves are able to break it. I thought Toronto again with a full setup here, we're gonna be able to hold on and win this map a little bit more cleaner. But again, Thieves they do the same thing, right? They play through lobby, they sent 2 around well, and it was actually Toronto who actually wins some of these fights. But Envoy just does a good job just staying alive back here. He ends up getting a big 2-piece here. He shits on somebody here. He shits on Insight here with a big 2-piece. They block those back spawns. So just Dylan Envoy going really big here for the break. And then, of course, LAT is that they're retaining those spawns. They just collapse with their numbers on this hill and are able to get in here and work another clean break here. So it was definitely a pretty cooler of a map. What did you guys think about Toronto's setup over here? Again, just Thieves again, Masterclass, another Thieves Masterclass break or what?
Can you back it up a little bit more? I don't think there was anything Toronto really fucked up. I mean, I think was it Beans dying in closet was the main thing, right?
Kleenex dies first, and he spawns
I
out,
think
but he
Beans
has all
does.
their
Yeah, Beans just
front
dies in
and,
closet
once
right away
Beans gets
too.
picked,
That's
it's
really
tough
the
chop.
mistake. He just dies too easily.
You really really don't
Yeah.
ever have to be there, right? You don't ever have to push down those stairs. You just hold.
The only
side
time you
door
want to be
hill.
there is if you have a teammate in lobby already.
Yeah, and you're trying to help.
I'm surprised we haven't seen people do it. But like the knife is fucking OP. Like if you just sit at those doors and as soon as like you get like the pressure read, just run down into that hallway with the knife.
Yeah,
You'll probably
that's
kill
trolly,
people.
you know, that's trolly. If you die,
It's
then you
trolly
just
if
look
you
like an
die.
asshole.
If it's trolly if you die, but that shit's fucking OP as fuck. The knife is crazy.
Yeah, but the biggest controversy, at least from me watching, was the very ending of the game.
This is Paco hitting
yes,
P3.
this is Paco
or P4?
hitting. Yes, this
Holy
is Paco
fuck.
hitting P3. So you can see there's 9 seconds left on this P4
Egregious blackout from Paco here.
Yeah, you can see we're on a fence hill. There's 9 seconds left. Toronto can't win here, but they are getting scrapped. So if you're LA Thieves, you're thinking everybody just rotate. We have numbers that new, right, with Toronto being at old. But Paco tries hitting this. He tries hitting like this last 5 seconds here. He ends up dying, and then you can see Thieves that they're just losing the numbers advantage now that they originally
He's also
had.
first off spawn, which makes it even worse.
Yeah, because he would have been there. He would have been the first one there. So you can see, we kind of just see, I'll rewind it a little bit back so you can kind of see. Paco comes off spawn. He's the first one spawning off as they can't win here.
He
ends up
beats
trying to
him
hit
by a
old.
mile.
100%. And he probably kills Kleenex. He probably kills number 8 coming through open, and then the trades probably go in their favor. But instead, Paco doesn't rotate. They lose a number advantage, and then Toronto Ultra just with a clean win here at the end. It just was too easy for him, in my opinion. I think there's a big mistake there from Paco. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, that's just cut and dry. He blacked the fuck out.
Yeah, he blacked out there. He blacked out, and yeah, you got to make sure you're rotating, especially in the rock kill, because if you rotate early to a rock kill and you get those crossfire setups and you just play these corners, like as long as you have trophies, bro, it's a pretty easy hill to hold. So great plays from Toronto. To clutch up towards the end there. Probably could have been an LA Thieves win if they rotated there at the end, but they didn't, and Toronto took advantage of it. Any final thoughts on the map 1, gentlemen? Absolutely. Then we head into the second map. We head into the Search and Destroy. We start things off here on the second round. It's actually Dan Ghosty with a big 1v2 clutch here. He actually plants the bomb A, and he ends up late playing through open here.
It's 1v3 technically, right?
Technically a 1v3, yeah. Technically a 1v3 here. But Dan, I like how he late plays you. We were talking about it during the watch party, Ben, but Toronto Ultra never really cleared out top window. They never cleared this out. And by the time they do spot Dan Ghosty, there's only 15 seconds left on the clock, so somebody does have to hop the bomb here. Joe hops the bomb, but Dan Ghosty, just with the angles, is able to find the kill and stay alive. So great plays coming in from Dan.
I also think their Ultra's play is just troll. Like if you think about it, right? If you're gonna retake this site, like if he's playing secret or well or you, he just has way more avenues of like defending this site. Where that should be the first thing you clear. And if you clear that, and let's say hypothetically he is 10 where they didn't clear, it's one lane that he has to like challenge to get him off the bomb site. That's way easier to like, you know, defend if you're trying to like go for a defuse.
Yeah.
So
I also kind of trolled himself by switching up his angle. If he stays at this angle here, because if you look at where the bomb is planted, if he holds his angle, he has way better shots onto Joe. Dan Ghosty, and then you can see Dan.
Well, I mean, he's just trying to dodge the nade.
Yeah, he's trying to dodge the nade. That's true. The nade comes flying in.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets naded there and peeks insta dies, then we're just cooking him for trolling too.
Yeah. I mean, that is hindsight, but I mean, the angle there, kind of tough. Great plays from Dan, nonetheless, right? Good clutch from Dan Ghosty. Hindsight cheese from Tomasi there. Then we get into the next round here. We get into the 4-3 round. We get here later into the search, and it's Paco. I thought Paco was great in the search. Right in the beginning of the year, I feel like Paco was kind of having problems with like his first bloods and kind of hitting those timings on the map. But Paco, he has been great in the search. You can kind of see the route he was able to take. LA Thieves actually sent 3 Lambo side, and they let Paco plant an island and just kind of do whatever he wants. And look at where he gets pushed up here. Kleenex actually ends up calling in a car here. Paco knows this, right? So he ends up making a play here. And down goes Kleenex. So now it's a 4v3 situation. Hydra finding those gaps. You can see as soon as Paco gets those kills, you can already see LA Thieves. They already wrapped the bomb back and broke ankles here. So Toronto Ultra have no idea what's going on. And then the only thing they do know is Hydra somewhere in their base. You can see number 5, that's going to be Beans trying to track back and kill Paco. But Paco not having it as he wins another one here. Makes it a 4v2 situation. Scrap and the boys are locking down the bomb site, and it was a clinical round win from LA Thieves. So great round coming in from Paco. Love the routes he's taking. And then we get into the 5-3 round. And it's a little bit different here with Paco. I just want to pull this up because I thought Paco should have had this. 1v2 scenario. He shoots one in the back. He stuns the second guy. Sam, what do you think? We were talking about it. You think he overthought this a little bit? I think he should just challenge him. Just
I was surprised he didn't chow it.
Yeah, no one
knowing
had
Paco,
Paco.
and I thought he would have just aped them after he stunned it, but
Yeah, 100%.
I think he tried to definitely overthink it a little bit.
Yeah, you can see he's in a 1v1
Overthought.
situation, and both of them are playing corners, just trying to wait for the guy to mess up. But Paco's, he's got to be the aggressor here. Kleenex doesn't give him anything dumb, and Toby ends up winning the 1v1 there. So great plays coming in from Toby as he takes down Paco. But I would like to see Paco get aggressive after stunning him there. I thought he had the 1v2 in a bag. But he makes up for it as we head into the 5-4 round. We head into round 10 here. It's Paco who finds another first blood. You can kind of see him on that mini map, right? He's going to be number 2. He's going to be working through top closed here, and you can kind of see how he's able to finesse here. I don't even know if they know he's here. I think he's just kind of being like a little sneaky rat, and Insight gets caught with his pants down throwing a grenade. And I love how when he gets the first blood, instead of over pushing, he just wraps all the way back, doesn't throw his life away, and LA Thieves off that first blood. They get the bomb plant down, and LA Thieves go on to win this map here.
Okay, real quick, can you go back before Paco gets the blood? Because I want to see the arrows on the rest of the Thieves team is what they're doing. Because I'm curious if they're doing this shit again. Because I mean, this is free ball for any team, but Envoy has this set play that he loves to do. He didn't do it this round, but he goes up onto that wall and watches the cross into top open from the B bomb. And I'm surprised that some teams haven't picked that up, because when he does that, he pretty much either knows that there's nobody at B or he's playing it back, or if he sees them cross, he knows they're hitting open from the inside of B and they can hit that bomb. They didn't do it this round, but you saw him do it in other prior rounds. So I just wanted to see if they did it, because they hit B confidently, and I was curious if he was doing it that round again.
Yeah. Once they get this bomb down, though, and it's a 4v3 situation, this is pretty chalked. Jodeci's did win one in the middle of the map, though. Made it a 3v3 situation. So kind of a 3v3 retake here for Toronto. But Envoy, he recognizes that he could single this guy out, pushing to the front. They get the kill. They all turn for the 2 guys open. And again, just LA Thieves just playing off their situations, playing off their info, and making it look easy. So great plays coming in from the Thieves as they bounce back from the search. And then we head into the Skyline Hardpoint. I don't have much from the control. It was all defensive wins. There wasn't really much to see there. But then we head into the Skyline Hardpoint here. And I want to take us to the P4s. Another big break here from LA Thieves here on the P4. We'll take a look at the setup here from Toronto Ultra. You got one guy inside pushed up on P1. He was by himself there. Nobody looking over him. He gets taken down. You can see Beans trying to play an off angle through Stone. He dies. And then LA Thieves, they just storm to the front of the hill and break it. So a clinical break again for LA Thieves. What happened there with Toronto Ultra? Why are they struggling so much to hold hills? I mean, granted, they won both hard points, but if they can figure out how to hold some of these rotations, I mean, they can win these hard points a lot easier.
I think they just had LAT just identified their entry on Jamie. That's all it is. If he gets one, then obviously
it also doesn't help that number 5 is drooling on himself and trying to play a sneaky spot, because if he plays this spot confidently and just kills number 3, Jamie would have spawned in the back still, and they would have maybe been able to retake this and prevent themselves from getting flipped out. But he just let Paco, or who was it, number 3, Envoy, run up that side of the map and kill him for free.
Yeah,
so, I mean, if the spot worked, it would have looked genius, but it was a cruddy spot and ultimately costed them that flip.
It was a great place from Thieves, because they ended up taking a pretty hefty lead here in the Skyline. So good break coming in from the LA Thieves. I was thinking they were going to run away with it for a second there. But then slowly Toronto Ultra start to bring it back. We go into the second P2, because this was actually an Ultra break here. And I wanted to show the setup here from LA Thieves and kind of see what happened here. First of all, Paco's spawning out. Again, let's rewind it a little bit, because all of LA Thieves, they spawn here. They all spawn piano side. You see Paco, he pulls the AR out off this spawn, starts trying to put some shots down. He ends up getting pinched from Kleenex, and of course Dan Ghosty with another team kill onto Hydra. How many times did Dan kill Hydra today?
3.
And you can see kind of just how this all unfolds. And Paco ends up getting the kill on Ultra. It's looking like LA Thieves have a great setup here. I think Envoy might have overchowed a little bit on the right side. Because as soon as he goes down, again, like Jay just put in the chat, study. I mean, that first kill is everything on these breaks, right? Scrappy has to kind of come over now and try and help. You can see the spawns coming in. They're still going in favor of Thieves. But it's Jodas Thieves who's just finessing, buys a little bit of time for the boys. And Toronto Ultra, they're just somehow able to force their way in here. What happened here with LA Thieves? How did they lose this? How did they lose some of this time?
The trade just started on the right when Dill died.
Yeah,
and Kleenex just fucking fried them, bro.
Well,
honestly,
as soon
he
as
pops
Dill
2.
dies, it kind of just all the system.
That whole sequence just gets
it gets
fucky.
hectic.
Bringing it back from yesterday.
Bro,
Yeah,
can you go back to where you started this clip and just watch Kleenex's arrow and see how fucking fast this guy's moving? It's actually insane.
Yeah, here he is right
It's
here.
even not even this. It was before this. He died. It was kind of irrelevant, but like, look how fast this guy's decision making. Go back further. It's before he gets in these engagements. It's before this. It's his last life. Before this shit. Look how fast this guy hits timings.
You want to
No. It was the timing before this. Like, look how fast this guy moves.
How many times going back?
No, look right here. It's right there. It's wait,
right here. He's already died 3 times.
Well,
Never mind. Forget it, bro. It was at the beginning of the clip before you started this part. Never mind, bro. Forget it.
He is quick on the map, though.
I'm just saying, his decision making is fucking insane.
He had 121 kills in the series. He was definitely moving.
Yeah, and this is you can kind of see like once Dylan Envoy dies. I mean, they're still spawning back here, but it just gets a little chaotic. And I mean, you are right? Kleenex gets right back into the play so fast. But that's what Toronto does, right? Like their pace, their aggression, like they're always in your face. Like they're always so go. I mean, that's how this game is played. Like when teams play slow, they're just ass. They're just bad teams. You have to play quick like this, and you have to get in their face. And LA Thieves just couldn't breathe. And then you got Beans pulling out the Jackal as well. They're able to swarm on in. And get some of these kills. So just great plays coming in from Toronto Ultra to work that break there. I think Dylan Envoy maybe overshot a little bit on the rotation. We do have a listen in from LA Thieves. I see some people in the chat they want to tune in. So let's tune in from the listening with LA Thieves here and see how they sound.
One shot outer, one inner. I'm front bed with you. We're playing our side. You didn't hit this. They're pushing. Too far, one more. I got a slip. Rush, and then one the bar. Find the bar, Beans, absolute, guys. In bed. We're gonna flip. I'm gonna respond. In a fucking. I'll see it. Close it. On time, on you. Nice. Last step front. Nice, Marco. Yo, we flip. One on one. They spawn on you anyway. Spawn in. Okay, play well together. Respawn in. One deep, one back left. One shot. Wait, they got split. One deep back left. Then nice. One right. I'm one shot. That guy's behind us. Look for front. Yeah, I'm playing front. In the back. Couch is weak. I bet, Ernie. Fight the back. We're good. Between deep. Couch. One shot. Nice, another one. No, absolute. Alright, work a break. I'm backing up now. He's gonna be on P1. Yep, kill this guy P1. Top AC first guy, Beans. No ping P1. Keep break on, Jamie. AC. Got it then. Nice, top AC, holding bed. I'm gonna cut front here. Let's do the spot. Let's do the ping front. We can top AC. On time. Fine, kill AC. Right on top one shot. Top absolute. And 2 on time. 1 in bed. Alright, play together now. Play together. Rugs. Nice, good job, guys. Nice. We can 60 you. We're underground. I'm bed, yeah. Stun in low bed. Is someone up under? AC? No. AC dead? No. I get top. Could've got it under. I got top one. I got it. I have under. Phone logs. They're streaking. Can you shoot it or no? I can't. In the closet. I can't shoot it, but. Okay. I died. Who in closet? 3 rugs. 3 rugs. Jim out. I rope Jim. Front. No, Jim and Jim. Jim. Front Jim. Under you. We're all spawning bed. One's gonna be quick better AC. It's inside. Inside next to Have you? Nothing AC. Give me a second. I'm pitching. Give me a second. Please give me a second. Not going AC. AC Beans. AC Beans. 1 shot.
But not this shit again.
Nice. Probably pinching again, bro.
It works this time.
Up mid then. I'm holding under pinch. Holding under.
Fair.
I have under. I'm picking up one. Kleenex. Top mid, 1 bullet. Kleenex. I'm up under. What? AC 1 bullet. 2 AC. Last 2 or first 2. Cross hall already. Play time. 1 girl on time. Okay, on time in top P2. He's not top P2. We're spawning out still then. Well, he has to be on you. There's two on you. Kleenex is up. Don't top T. Top T. One top T, 1 AC. AC dropped on time, 1 with piano. Keep back
All right, that's gonna do it for the listening. What you guys think? Baku with that pinch again, eh? He loves that shit.
It, bro.
He loves that pinch. He actually does love that shit.
Thought it sounded fine though.
Yeah, they sounded good. I think the only time is they got kind of hyped in the beginning of it, but they didn't block the back. So like,
you said they sound fine, bro. They had like stints where they were kind of silent. They're Ernie at the beginning of the listen was struggling to call out like closet because he just was like he's in the. This team like they're great. They're an amazing team. Don't get me wrong, but they have these times where for some reason their comms lack, and sometimes you'll see Paco being the only person that's loud, which is kind of crazy because his first language is in English. So I don't know. Listen, I'll excuse them because they're so good, but. It bit them in the ass.
They did go quiet for a second, but they did spawn. They did go 4 dead and spawn all the way out. So I mean, they were just
but when they go 4 dead and spawn all the way out, and it's rotation because like Paco said, play together, and then after that, dead silent. You are on rotation to P1. If you are not communicating and making sure that everything is covered on that rotation, you're gonna get broken.
They literally asked if they had underground like right off the rotation.
Yeah, I know, but like it was silent for a bit. I'm just not going to give them the pass every time. Like their comms sometimes are not that good, and it's cost them at the last major. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat it because they're fucking one of the best teams. Like
I just think it's very similar to the problems that like early FaZe had, because I don't know if you guys remember, with Mike and Preston and also with Alec, like there were times where they sometimes stopped like kind of small talking enough. So I think with time, these guys will kind of get better at it, but I agree with you. That's probably their like biggest weakness right now as a squad.
Yeah, I thought there was a second at the end there where they were going to get in and win it, but it's just a good place from Toronto Ultra to close that one out. And then we get into the ending here. We get into the dealership S&D. We get into the 3-3 round, and this is where small cars blow up big cars. Right? I mean, the little RC car can do some damage on this site. We know there's a lot of exploding cars over here, so every time somebody calls an RC car, they bring it to this side of the map, and take a look at Baines, right? He ends up finding a two-piece there with a car bomb and his RC, so LAD is probably losing fucking composure in this one. Great plays from Benjamin Beans there with the RC car. Then we get into the 4-4 round, very big round here, 2v2 situation, and Thieves end up, instead of trying to plant here, they end up trying to push this out, which I don't really mind it. I don't really mind them trying to push here, but I mean, if you're going to push, I mean, it just pretty much just comes down to the fights. See Envoy, he gets the info. He tries to shimmy, he dies, and then they just kind of solo chow there. Like they both double chow. They both chow together, but they just kind of, one goes outer, one goes inner, and they just get singled out, and they both lose their fights. And it's just a great 2v2 clutch coming in from Toronto Ultra. And then we get toward to the end of the game. This is the 4-5 round. This is where Toronto were able to close it again. We're just back on this A site, which seems to be the most favorable site, right? This A site. I feel like this is the most favorable. Yeah, I mean, we do see people going for B plans. So actually, it's been pretty balanced. I feel like this map's been fun to watch.
I just talked
depends who you watch, bro. It depends who you watch, bro. Falcons love B. Apparently, these guys love A.
First time we watched a majority A dealership. I feel like a lot of teams are playing mid and B. I don't think we've seen like a heavy A focused dealership like this. A lot of teams like preferred B.
Yeah, this is a little weird because Toronto Ultra didn't play. They didn't just rush A and plant. Like we'll see people like kind of just rush it right off the rip and plant
this
it like
was so
quick.
ratty from Dill, by the way. That little RC in the corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he slows it down too because once you stop moving, the RC's quiet, right? So you can't
Makes
hear
no
it.
noise.
But Toronto Ultra, they slow it down heavy on this round. Like they don't just kind of run at it. Like they wait a little bit and kind of hold. And I think it's Joe DeCease who ends up pushing up and like eyeing the car. Yeah, it's right here. He starts getting aggro. He sees the car. He's like, oh, shit. He runs backwards. And then you can see the other car coming in from Toronto as well, the counter. So you got a car countering a car. And then why do people keep saying 3 trophies from Thieves? Why do they keep saying that? They keep saying Thieves has 3 trophies. Do they have 3 trophies out right now? I don't understand. I don't get it. People have been saying that all day. We'll check. We'll go back to round 3. People are telling me to check round 3 at the start. So we'll go back and look. But again, it's just Joe DeCease, right? Get the bomb down. They get pushed up on the site. Joe DeCease finds a big 2-piece. And last guy up is Ernie. He's in a 1v3 situation. Bomb down. Not looking good. Great plays coming in from Toronto Ultra. And take a look at Beans. Grabs the camera, letting him know. What do you think he said there, Sam? What do you think he said?
I think he said, Scrap, you're a very good player, and that was an honorable battle. I think that's what he said. It was a pleasure doing business.
That's insane. Were there 3 trophies on a map? Does anybody know?
Probably insulted his haircut.
Envoy apparently had one, according to the chat, but he didn't throw it the whole time. But he did have it on his class.
He had it on his class and just didn't throw it? I mean, if he didn't throw it, then they're chilling. Unless he did throw it, then it's a problem. But if he didn't throw it, there's no point of pulling it up, bro.
Guess what? They lost the series anyway.
Yeah,
so
bro,
fuck
they be doing this, bro. They did that in that one series with Optic too. They were all spamming 3 trophies, and then we went back to go look at it, and there was only 2 trophies.
Have they ever been right about that, Tom?
I don't think so, Benjay. I don't think so.
I'm trying to recall a time Chad actually like was correct on that shit.
That's all cheap.
But yes, any final thoughts, Pat? Any final thoughts on LA Thieves Toronto series, or any final thoughts on the day?
I mean, I am a bit mind blown that we went fucking 25, 30 series with no game 5s, and then we make little small moves to the map pool, and now we just got game 5s out the wazoo.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, Pat. We need some game 5s. We need more of these.
Think it was the map pool change?
Yeah.
Roster changes.
I think roster changes, too. Changed, a lot changed. So at least we're getting some rulers now. We're not just getting some blowouts. But yeah, we are going to take a look at next week's matches. But before we do, let's take a look at fantasy here and see what's going on over here on the fantasy side of things. We'll take a look at the matchups here So we have Team Benjay going up against Team Parasite. Team Sheep versus Team Puma. Okay, we'll take a look here. Looks like Benjay falls short to Parasite this weekend by 2 points.
Totally masterclass, man.
Yeah.
My roster's looking pretty damn good, man. I'm telling you. I have a really good
Masterclass.
You know what the nice part is? Super's been playing well, so like if I have like a weekend where I feel like Miami's playing weaker comp, I could throw Super on there for like inside or something.
Throw him in anyway, bro.
Looks
He's
like,
fine. You should have him in over Jamie. Anyway.
Yeah, I probably should after this weekend, but we'll see.
Looks like you took the edge there in the S&D, Chris. That's where you had the edge. You just had one more point in the S&D. And
I got a balanced squad, bro. Trust.
yeah, you got a good balanced squad there. Duarte gets the
I've
W
given
there.
up, bro. Fuck Major 3 Fantasy.
Slay.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
give up?
Pat. Me and Pat are in a
It's
rebuild,
over,
bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, Slayer, you're losing a case on.
Me and Pat are in the rebuild, bro.
What costed you, Pat? Go ahead. What costed
Vivid.
you? Vivid?
Fucking everything, bro.
No way. Well, Pride and Estrio played well, and Scrap played well. I think Vivid is probably the only one. But
Nah, bro. I had a bunch of people playing average, man.
no way, Slaying. No way. Taking a look at it, yeah, it looks like you gotten beat here in every game mode, Pat. You didn't win a single game mode. Unbelievable. Fucking hell, Pat. Pat, you're chalking up your fantasy already? Damn, you're in
Yeah,
last.
unless I can
Slayer.
get some trades, bro. Yeah, it's over, bro. I
blowing
haven't.
it.
Yeah, it's bad. Major
I'm
4,
blowing
here
it
we
too,
come,
bro.
man.
Then we got me versus Chelly. We tied today, which is crazy. Chelly was actually up. I was up the whole weekend. And in the last series, Joe Thieves comes up against LA Thieves, and Chelly takes a lead. He was up 9-7 going into the map 5. And then after the map 5, Joe Thieves went negative, and we ended up tying. So this was just crazy. I'm not sure what a tie means. Does anybody know what a tie? Like, what happens with a tie? You just get a tying
You
point?
just got to tie.
So I'm not sure if this was a good thing or a bad thing. Definitely better than losing, that's for sure. But Chelly was definitely pissed about that one. I was pissed too because I was leading the whole weekend, so I thought I was winning. But we ended up tying there. Then we got Gersh going up against Dat Nub, and it looks like Gersh got the better of Dat Nub this weekend. We got a Beezy, Kenny, Envoy, and 04 for Dat Nub, and on the other side, I got Dan Ghosty, Draza, Nero, and Skies. Which is weird. I would think that Team Nub had the better team this weekend, but yeah, he ends up losing this one to Gersh. I wonder who got Gersh's. Is it who got Gersh like points here? Was it maybe Nero? Maybe Nero went crazy. I don't know. Draws. But yeah, Gersh, good job, Gersh. I see you in the chat. Phenomenal work from you. That's a good win there. And then we got Sam going up against Get a Kill University. I forget who
Not
the fuck.
good, bro.
Who was that?
It's Donnie.
Is that
It's not
Donnie?
good, bro.
Oh
Blow
no, Sam.
Blow
What
it,
is
bro.
going on here, Sam?
Blow
What is
it, bro.
going on? Oh
I got
my god,
bro. Look at my team name, Tom.
What's your team name? 235? Is that your team?
Look at the game modes I'm losing.
No,
Look at the
Sam.
game modes I'm losing, Tom.
Sam, what the fuck happened,
My
bro?
win condition didn't pan out, bro. Simp is a permanent 0.8. I don't never seen anything like it.
Nah, that's actually comedy.
Sim's got
Sam.
fucking 4 straight 0.8s. I have never in my life seen some shit like this, bro.
Bro,
Never in my life.
Everybody you're picking in fantasy is just getting
I'm
dumped
blowing
on,
it.
Sam.
I'm going to Major 4.
Let's see. I got Kason next weekend. It's me versus Kason, so that's gonna be a fucking grueler. I'm a little worried about my team because the Optic guys aren't shooting right now. I mean, they're shooting. Dashy's still getting some points for me, but
Who's your sub?
my substitute? Who is my substitute? I forget. I don't even remember. It might have been.
I
pick, like,
subbed in the
Encourage or
Saudi
some
league,
shit.
bro.
Oh, you got kicks, huh, Pat?
He's in the Saudi league. I don't know why he's over there playing.
I got
over here
Abe. I got a
playing.
Stallions player as my sub.
My boy
that's
got
solid. Yeah, I
Abe.
got Abe, bro. It's over with. But yeah, we'll take a look at some of the
Chalking me
matchups.
up, bro.
Sam, you're chalking up as well, Sam. You're chalking that
I'm
shit
blowing
up.
it up and trading for picks, man.
So we got the Slayer versus Benjay. We got Chelly versus Sam. We got Parasite versus that nub. Kason versus me, and then Gersh versus Don Dada. So we got some matchups here. How many more weeks until we get to the major? How many more weeks
One
we
more.
got?
One more.
One more week. Okay, so the major's right around the corner, folks. So one more weekend, and then we see who goes all the way to the playoffs, which is going to be the major. So excited to see what happens there. And then we'll take a look here and see what's going on here for tomorrow's matches and see what's happening. Oh, my bad.
I want more roster changes, man.
Do you, Slay? You want more people blowing it up or what?
Yeah. Well, actually, do you guys remember Mr. MC? Chris, you might.
Is he the guy that was making he was making
Songs?
YouTube videos
Yeah.
of songs of players?
Or Tom, I'll link you. It's a 3-minute song. This might be never seen before stuff for 99% of the people in this chat.
What is
But
this?
this is the roster change one. This one was funny, bro.
Is this copyright? Is there music
No,
in this?
no. I mean, it's this own guy singing it.
Wait, what
Doing
is
like
this?
a parody song.
There's not even any sound to it. There's no sounds. Oh, here we go.
You never seen these?
This is a little bit before his time, bro. This is
Oh
like
yeah,
20
yeah, 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 yeah. This is copyright though. We gotta chill with this, ladies. This copyright right here. But that's comedy. I actually do remember this. Like it was a puppet. Wait, who is he still around?
Nah, if you click on his profile, he did a bunch of the player songs. But I actually, when I was looking, apparently like he got into Stanford and then just hasn't done anything.
Damn, this guy had a puppet show and he's also hella smart. It's
Yeah, if
interesting.
you scroll down, he has a ton of.
Let's take a look at next week's matches
Oh,
here.
Toronto, Miami.
Yeah, we also got a FaZe Optic next week.
Toronto, Miami might feed families right now.
Yeah,
Well, my
that's gonna be
teams
a
are
good
fucking
one.
playing each other. That's gonna be weird for my fantasy, bro. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, we start things off next weekend with Toronto versus Miami. Then we got Boston versus Cloud9. And then we got LAG versus LA Thieves. So Battle of LA. Then the second day, we got Vancouver, Cloud9. We got Miami versus Minnesota. Got LAG versus Toronto. And Vegas Falcons versus Atlanta FaZe. And then the Sunday, we got the Boston versus Vegas. Atlanta versus Optic. Carolina versus LA Thieves. So we get some bangers next weekend. We'll do some predictions for the Friday. Toronto versus Miami. Who do you guys got? I'm going to go with Toronto in this one. Who do you got, Pat? Toronto or Miami?
Toronto.
Duarte, who do you got?
I'm just gonna go with Miami because I'm tired of their coach slandering us every time we
I've
don't
seen
pick
enough
them.
Vickle middle
shit.
finger gifts.
So I'm gonna pick them, and they better not let me down this time.
All right, so you got Miami.
Yeah,
All right, Benjay, who do you got?
he's in chat right now.
What'd you
I
think,
have,
Benjay?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Legitimately no idea. I'm flipping a coin. I'm flipping a coin right now.
You're flipping a coin.
Yeah.
I like that. Listen, our
Heads it's Toronto. Tails it's Miami. Tails it's Miami. It's Miami. It is 3-2.
all right, who do you got, Sam?
Miami.
All right, then we got the Boston Breach going up against Cloud9. I'm going to go Cloud9 in this one. I don't know why. Just have a good feeling about Cloud9. I feel like they got the dub today. They're feeling pretty good. I'll go Cloud9 against the Boston Breach. Who do you got, Pat?
LA against Boston. I'm going with Boston in that one. I'll go.
LA. What do you mean? You talking about their server cheese?
Yeah.
Where they're playing from.
All right, what do you think, Chris?
For LA versus for Boston.
I'm gonna go C9. They've looked better.
All right, Benjay.
Boston have looked way better than C9.
They've
I'm
looked
gonna
better
go,
in their
I'm gonna go
wins.
Boston
In their
3-1.
wins. I
All right,
think.
Ben's going Boston. What about you,
They only
Sam?
got one win.
Boston have looked infinitely better than C9.
Yeah, I guess.
They
I
only
don't know.
have,
For sure.
They
They're
only have one win and it's
you're
a game
fair enough.
5.
Fair enough. They're just inconsistent, bro. I don't care.
Boston.
Boston, Sam? You got Boston?
Yep.
All right, now we got LAG going up against LA Thieves.
Run the outro.
Yeah, I got Thieves. So we all got Thieves in that one. We all got Thieves there.
Yeah.
I will say though, Sam, yeah, Boston has looked better, but there's been like a lot of weird matchups. Like I don't know if you looked at our predictions, but we
I
are
don't look at-
like,
bro,
I'm
I
pretty
have been in
sure,
the gutter.
bro, we might be getting fucking skumazed, bro. We might be getting skumazed.
Are we getting
Are
skumazed?
we getting skumazed by Breaking Point? How the fuck does the Stocksman
winning.
predicting
We're
some of these
winning.
matches? Are we?
We're winning right now.
We're up by 1.
How the fuck are we winning? I saw the
Gersh had a
Stocksman.
master class today.
Yeah, Gersh helped us out there.
Was it Gersh? Is Gersh going crazy today?
Yeah, Gersh went 3 for 3 today.
Let's go, Gersh. Okay, Gersh. I see you. Wait, let me see. Did they tweet out? Oh, yeah, they did tweet it out. Let's take a look here and see
I'm in
here.
the gutter, bro.
Okay, so we're all Pat's leading us right now for he's leading the predictions here. We were off today, man. It's just dude,
Yeah.
I couldn't get a prediction today, bro.
I could, bro. I went 1 for 4 yesterday. It was bad.
See that the reason why I thought Breaking Point was winning is because the Stocksman has 14, bro. He predicted Cloud9 and Vancouver.
Yeah, but
today.
easy max.
He always predicts C9. Wait, hold on. They didn't even. Well, they might have asked me, but I didn't reply, and I wasn't on the show yesterday, so I didn't give my predictions. So they kind of just threw me up there. So that's kind of.
I mean, what were
kind
your
of
pickups?
fugazi.
Is that what you would have done? Yes.
Yeah.
whatever.
All
Yeah, that's
right,
probably
all right. We'll move on. Then. Jesus, man.
Yeah, and then that's it. What's that? Oh, I wanted to pull up the standings real quick. Let's take a look at the standings here and see what's going on because the standings got to be pretty close here, right? Like 5th through 10th or something. Is it still as close as it was? Let's see what's going
6
on.
to 12 or 6 to 10 is close, I believe.
There's starting to be some
Yeah,
separation
6 to 10
a
or 6
little.
to 10.
I think what will help this is obviously Cloud9 and Minnesota. One of them getting like obviously top 4 would be insane, but like a top.
I
6.
think these are our champs teams.
You think so, Sam? You think it's done?
If I had to do it right now, I would say that it's done.
I don't know. The only reason why, like Sam, when we go to LAN, I feel like the points on LAN could sway this a little bit, can change. Like if Cloud9, Minnesota, or LAG, or Vegas, Vegas is kind of chalked. So is LAG.
I mean, it's always C9 or ROKKR. No?
Yeah, right. Like if Cloud9 and Minnesota can like get like a random top 3 or something, like just make a run. Right?
Of course, I mean, yeah, I'm not writing it out, but
which
yeah.
like
even if they get top 6, they would be beating the teams that are in the like 6 through like 8.
And if you're Miami, Optic, and Boston, like you got to perform as well, right? You can't go to the event and get rounded because
I'm just thinking.
I think
like,
that's the thing I'm looking for, bro. Optic's likely starting in losers, like. If they get bounced and Minnesota makes a small little run, like not even a big run, I think it's more going to come down to 6, 7, 8 and how they play.
Bro, it's actually fucking insane that Optic is a real conversation about not qualifying potentially.
Yeah, it's
like if you
crazy.
like Miami, I 100%, I would bet my life that they qualify for champs, bro. That team, it looks so good right now.
Yeah,
and Boston has found like relative consistency as well. I mean, if C9 or ROKKR show up to an event and play well, then this shit gets really interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. We got a close race here heading into Major 3, so I'm excited just to see how this all plays out.
It wouldn't be the first time though that the defending champs didn't make the next champs.
When did it happen? When else did it happen?
When else did it happen?
It happened with a guy named Parasite who's in this.
Oh, you're talking about Parasite.
to Ghost and Mir.
Oh no!
Wait, who's your team in Ghost, Chris?
Oh man,
it was me.
Team.
It was me, Ricky. It was me, Ricky, Killa, and Mir. But I remember we got to the event. We got to the event. My controller broke, and I was good at that game, and so I didn't play as good. I still played fine, but like not as good as I did at home.
Pac-Man waxed them.
And then Killa unfortunately had a very bad regional qualifier.
It's the Ethernets, bro.
Yeah, we were cooked.
It was the Ethernets, bro.
But you guys, I think you guys literally like won the 2K before that tournament though. I was looking at.
Were there any auto quals for that?
Bro, I'm telling you.
8 teams qualified for an online, or 16 teams got in via an online qualifier. And then we went to LAN, and of those 16,
this was
tournament, 8
this
got
was
into that.
Was that when that SB shit happened?
Yeah, that's when SB won.
Yeah.
This was the worst time for your controller to break because this was when we were making the transition to Xbox One from the 360.
Chris just wasn't an Xbox One player, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's that. So I had an Xbox One with scuff sticks, and then at the event when they had the scuff booth, they only had scuff sticks that had domed right sticks. So I had to use like a default, like not a default, but like a scuff with dome sticks.
Don't you use dome now?
No, I used it on my left stick only for movement. But yeah, anyways,
feels like ass. You got a dome stick on your left and a concave on your right.
Wait, hold on. I got a controller right here. Look at this shit. This shit right here, this curve, it's so nice on your thumb. Like you're not stabbing your thumb with the concave like that if you're moving it up. It's like rounded. It's nice as fuck. Wait, you can't see anything. Sorry.
I mean, I got dome on both. I'd be rocking dome on both, but
you got dome all over the place, don't you, Tom? My man.
Yeah, basically, I got cheesed by the controller, bro. Like I'm pissed, but whatever. It's in the past.
Good, bro. At least you got a ring.
Where the granny's at?
The legendary Mir versus Parasite argument spawned after this event.
What is this, Slay? What is this?
This is legendary.
Oh man!
Why does Chris have a video beef with everybody?
Oh
bro,
man!
I watched this on my stream. I still was trying to figure out who the Fed was. Like, who was filming this? I thought it was Nub. I thought it was Nub, but Nub's beside the filmer. I don't know.
Yeah, that's Nub.
Look at holy shit! Look at young Nato and Formal, bro.
Yeah. Nah, this is crazy.
Who posted the video?
Who did post this?
Whose channel is this on?
Probably like a random fan or something.
Is that Nate? Is that Nate shot?
That's Fears. That's Fears. Saints.
It's just
Miracles. Me. Formal.
What's going on?
Is that Sender? Is that Sender in the back?
Like
Young Sender?
Why does this bitch have 129,000 views?
Because COD was popping back then.
COD was popping.
29K. Wait, hold on. Yo, you gotta listen to this. This is actually comedy.
That is Troy in the back.
I'm sitting here getting texts like, even a fucking owner of a fucking organization is telling me, yeah, Haggy's sitting here right next to Blevins, Hex, and Hastro talking shit about you. But you're gonna sit here and lie to me?
Okay, if you're gonna say that, then no.
I'll show you the text.
That's fine.
I'll show you the text.
Because I never said Marcus killer Ricky. I said that.
Come on, man, you tell everybody on the fucking bus, dude.
The that's what you think.
You're a fucking joke. You broke your controller and you fucking
I still
broke
played pretty much better than
You
most.
throwing under the fucking bus.
I had a broken controller.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had a broken controller. I still played better than most of the people on my team.
ROKKR 1 was better, dude.
Did I not?
Bro,
so much better.
and better.
Bro, Mir was losing composure. This is hilarious. I remember, bro, I saw Mir randomly in Vegas. It was the craziest fucking thing, bro. We just walked into each other. No, I was literally in the club, and then I walked out of the club, I walked into the casino, and I just see Mir. We just looked at each other. We're like, no fucking way, what's good? We just start going crazy. Like we were just going crazy. I was like, bro, I was freaking the fuck out. I was like,
Yeah,
dude.
I saw him. Yeah, he works at I think it's like Hakkasan or something. It's like a club. I saw him there too.
You saw La Luxury, Tom?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. We walked out the club. We walked out. I was literally just blasted. I just see Mir, and I was like, dude, I thought I was living in another dimension, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? And I also saw Alex from Scuff. You guys know Alex from Scuff?
Shout out Alex, man.
Yeah, and I also saw him, and I was like, no fucking way. I was like, bro, why the fuck is everybody from the COD scene here? Like, what's going on? But it was far, bro. But they always say cap and AI. Every fucking story I say, motherfuckers. But yeah, anybody else got anything they want to say before we head out of here? Anything? Floor is yours. All right, sounds good.
Where the grannies at?
Bro, Sam, chill the fuck out. Guys, that's going to do it for us. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
I gotta hit a putt, Tom. What the
Oh, yeah, I forgot about your pop. Well, yeah, we forgot,
Masters
bro.
Sunday, bro. It's Masters.
Am I ice up like Rory in the playoffs?
Masters Sunday.
Wait, hold
We're on
on,
18
bro.
before the
Masters
playoffs.
Sunday. Benji Nassim stepping up to the plate here, folks. Let's see what the guy can do.
No slippers
By
on.
the way, for the record, this putt is longer than Rory's putt. Double the length.
No way.
No.
Yeah, but you're also playing on a flat, straight surface.
For channel points, and he's playing for a green jacket.
Ladies and gentlemen, Benji Nassim stepping up to the plate on a Sunday. Is he able to sink the ball? And he sinks the ball.
Wow, man. He's an inspiration to us all.
It's Chip Sunday, Benji.
He's an inspiration to us all.
Man, Benji, they're going crazy. Ben, you might be better than Rory.
Nah, that's cap. He just won a green jacket, but let's see the outro.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio sites. Wrong. Go follow at ZooMaa at the flank on Twitter. Guys doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. Of course, ZooMaa.gg for the merch. Make sure to check it out and join the community on Twitter. It's spotlighted to the top of the flank Twitter, top of my Twitter, or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And make sure to join the community, man. As always, guys, take care. Brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flame, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support this weekend, man. Love you guys, man. Take care. Peace out.
Later.